everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tech Alley. It is so nice to see everybody here today on this wonderful Saturday in July. I'm just getting back from vacation, so I'm trying to keep up. But welcome everybody. Thank you so much for coming today. We will be having a wonderful meeting today. We have a lot of great sessions, and my name is James True. I'm the blockchain educator for this group. Self-custody and how to identify digital assets that I've been in this space for about 10, 12 years, and this is really in that direction. So if you're interested in blockchain technology and how to capture digital assets and store it for future value, please come see my class. I'll be teaching at 2:45 today, and I'm really happy to share what I do. This is how I live. This is what I've been using, and so I'd love to share how it works here. So that's for me. I just want to welcome everybody and remind everybody to please check in with that QR on the window. That would give you a lunch ticket. All you have to do is register there, and when you come up here, we'll start lunch. Give us your name, we'll give you a ticket to go on in and get some food. So please don't forget that. Let's get started. We're going to kick off some speakers. So we have our podcaster, our genius podcaster, Jason Jluy. Come on up and tell us what's going on today, buddy.
Hey! Genius is a stretch, but I'll take it. Who's having a great time already? We've been here, 45 minutes? We're having a great time already, right? Who's made a connection that they are never going to forget and is a great connection for them because they came down here today? Who's already made a great connection today? Put your hands high. This is what Tech Alley is all about. The tech talks are great, but the connections you're going to make today are the ones you're going to carry with you in your businesses, your friends, your social connections, everything in our tech ecosystem going forward. It all starts here at Tech Alley and build these connections. So thank you for coming down today. I want to let you know a little bit what we're doing right over here. You probably saw us getting very sweaty, setting all this up earlier. It's going to be a steamy one today. Drink lots of water. We are doing our Vegas startup scene, the Tech Alley podcast, as we do every month down here at Tech Alley. If you're a startup founder, raise your hand. If you are someone who supports startups, raise your hand. If you are an investor, raise your hand. If you have an event coming up, raise your hand. If you have something else you want the world to know about, raise your hand. Dave Berlin, put your hands down. You've had enough this month. We're going to talk about free week. But we want to talk to you. Come sit down and let's spend a few minutes with us talking the podcast. Let's get the word about Tech Alley and all the amazing things you folks are doing, whether it's a tech startup, whether it's an event coming up, whether it's supporting the ecosystem here. Let's get the word about that. Come sit down with us, talk to us for 5, 10, however many minutes you've got. We'd love to sit down and talk to you. We're going to be here all day, at least through lunch and probably a little bit after. So if you guys want to get to the talks, please do that. That's why we're all here today. But when you're taking a break from the talks, or you're here for lunch, jump over here, come talk to us. We'd love to hear from all of you, all right? All right, have a great day, Tech Alley.
Yeah, round of applause for Jason. Hey, Jason, you're getting all of us out there onto the web, and so everybody can see what's happening here in Vegas.
And every Monday, I do a rundown of what's going on in the ecosystem. So about 10 a.m. every Monday on YouTube and all the podcast platforms. What's going on in one place with a quick 5 to 10 minute rundown. Technology to start a scene.
Yeah, awesome. Jason, thank you so much. I appreciate that. And just to remind you guys, it's really important what he's doing. He's getting it out there on the internet. He's archiving this. So you can share with friends. Hey, I went to that event. Check it out. I interviewed the business there. Start sending that to possible prospects. It's a really good way for you to synergize with Tech Alley and get your business noticed. So please take that opportunity if you can. Next, let's have Josh. Stacy, come on up. Tell us what you're working on, Josh.
Hello, everybody. I love Tech Alley. I've been here like, I don't know, 30, 40 times. Keep coming back. They give me things to do sometimes. Today, I'm going to do something very exciting. For the first time, I've never done it before. We're going to be going over mastering first principles engineering. You might think, I don't know much about engineering. And I'll say that's great. That's why we have the first part. So basically what we're going to do, among other things, is we're going to go through 3 examples, if we have time, sort of new startup ideas or projects or whatever else. And what we're going to do is a lot of times at the heart of good innovation is understanding a problem. There's a lot of non-technical or semi-technical or curious people out there. I've been engineering for more than 2 decades. I build a lot of stuff. It's really easy for me to build stuff. But all good engineering starts with good problem statement. So we're going to be going over sort of that. This will be after lunch in the theater. and it's going to be ideally very engaging, very yeah, you should. So if you've been thinking about making a thing, or you want to engage with a project, kind of curious, you want a good jumping on fight, it's for this is the way I phrase it: beginners and beyond. If you're hyper technical, I promise I'll also give you a run. But that's there any one way. That'll give it.
Thank you so much, Josh. It is always important to go back to those fundamentals. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Architect or building and fundamentals is big. Our next speaker is Keremy Olson, 2025 code launch. Tell us all about it. Come on down. Round of applause. She's needing some courage, you guys. Give us some applause. Perfect. Keremy Olson. All right.
Thank you, Tech Alley, for having me. I want you to know that about a year ago I met. So it is working. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Keremy. I am the founder of Jluy. That's a huge so Keremy like Jeremy and Palula. So couple things. I got an email yesterday. I need to get me. I got an email that I was nominated for 2025 Las Vegas Top Tech Award. With my endeavor with this app that I'm so today. So I'm going to tell you just a tiny bit about Palula, and then so Palula, our mission of Palula is to design products that help with adherence to any intake regimen that somebody might have. So that means supplement regimen or medication, daily. So that's just a little bit about Palula. The first products that we've just done with manufacturing, beautiful supplement organizer. I have one right here. But it turned out lovely. We've just finished manufacturing. I know you guys hardly ever have physical products here. Okay, so here's one. This is our stand color. And in every box comes a subscription to our app. So that's what we're doing here today. So we've also developed the Palula Track, which has a handful of features. So it has the ability to, load in your medications you're taking. It will take them. One of the features that we were able to get developed is an infinity intake journal. And I didn't realize how important that was until I met somebody last night who is literally going in front of their ring camera and taking their pill so that they can check their ring camera. So, okay, I have this on my app. It's there. So I was like, please download this app. Here it is. Code, all the things. So, and then the last feature that we were able to get developed is a connection to a wellness companion, so that you can have someone looking out for you. So that one kind of sets us apart from the app. So what we're doing is we have about 7 to 10 more features we want to develop that we got from our market research. And so we've been actually this week as well, and we've been chosen as a code launch contender, the 2025 code launch code launch. Huge week for me. I'm super excited. And the tech space. So they have challenged us on our team. Team who's just neck deep in the computer. So I'm looking for a partner who number one likes his brand and believes in his brand. And number two, so if you know of anyone who's interested, I have a partner, come find me, and I love it. Thank you so much.
Keremy Olson, thank you so much for an innovative product and a great idea. I wish you nothing but success. and excellent resources out here. Let's get ready for our next speaker. He is the community builder for another group. I'm going to have him announce who he is. His name is Mike Wilson. Come on down. You can see his little booth here. And he has got a community that he's building, synergizing with Tech Alley and Jim Van. We love it.
Hey, James, thank you so much for the great introduction. He's good at this. I'm just getting used to it, so bear with me. We want to incentivize you guys to come down to Tech Alley and enjoy all the great things that Tech Alley has to offer. So what we have is a QR code here, email address. You get raffle tickets. 4 o'clock we'll put raffle winners. We also have a crawl that's happening. So if you want to learn about crypto, this is the tape to do it. And of course, James runs the blockchain. Excited about that. There's people here in green shirts, already green shirts. If you have questions about crypto, come talk to us. If you have questions about Tech Alley, if you're looking for feel free to ask us. We're happy to help. And what we want to do is we want to draw a little more attention to Tech Alley, to the great work that Josh and James and everyone here is doing. So we've asked you to, as part of the crypto crawl, speak and tag Tech Alley events on Twitter, tag it on Instagram, make some social media posts, and of course, tag the presenters for the different meetups that you're attending so that we can try to get traction engagement online. And of course, we'll share that. And with that said, definitely scan the QR code and follow the one for our giveaway. And we're excited to have everyone here. So thank you again for coming. Come join us next month and every month, every third Saturday. We really appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Mike. And you know what, Mike, real quick, come back. Real quick. What's really neat is Mike has these big green shirts, and turn around, Mike, you've got this orange bunny ears right here. Can you tell everybody what the orange bunny ears, you mentioned the phrase, but you didn't really kind of explain it. I think it's really interesting. Follow the orange rabbit.
Well, today I'm follow the white rabbit. So follow the orange rabbit. We're trying to kind of paint this town orange. We're looking for small businesses and startups and entrepreneurs here in Vegas. Huge directory of for software, blockchain products, services. And again, we just kind of want to get an amplifier, kind of like an overlay turnkey solution to bring people who are interested to your product or service as well. So feel free to come up and I'll be disappointed. Come say hi. We'll talk more about the one driver. Thanks, James.
All right, nice work, buddy. All right, and from UNLV, Rachel Gomez, come on, tell us what you got going on today. Really excited. Round of applause for Rachel.
Okay, hi everybody, good morning. So I am a business advisor with the Small Business Development Center. We are primarily funded by the SBA. This is your federal tax dollars at work. But we also work in cooperation with UNLV's Office of Economic Development. And this is about them investing in our small business community and our tech innovation community through incubators, accelerators, and then some workshops that we're trying to kind of curate that is going to help us be a little bit more immersive in how we are able to support our small businesses. So what do we cover? We kind of cover that messy middle ground, right? So you may have an idea, you may have a product, you may have an MVP, and oftentimes I get clients that come my way and they're like, but I don't have a real business framework. What do I need so that I can be, ready for a loan? What do I need from a marketing strategy? What's out there? So we kind of help create a plan for you guys to kind of help you grow and get to that next level. So we help at the very early stages, like Rachel, I have an idea. Like, let's brainstorm for this, see if it's feasible. What is the market saying about it? It could be, what is the growth plan? We can help you through that. Help you through sustaining and HR and compliance. And then some who need an exit strategy as well. There are 14, 15 business advisors here in town, and we have, I want to say probably 3,000 or 4,000 startup business clients that we help support. Again, these are your tax dollars at work, and so these are all provided to you at no cost. So come and join me. I will be speaking at 11 o'clock in Suite 150.
Thank you so much, Rachel. You guys, huge resources, right? I mean, this is free guidance from people who have successfully navigated. Let's follow these guys and let's use that tool. It's such a wonderful Thank you for being here. We really appreciate you guys. All right, you guys, let's get started. We are approaching close to the hour of 11 o'clock, so we're going to go over the agenda. Once again, like I said, my name is James Jluy. I'll be doing the blockchain at 2:45. Today's agenda will start at 11 o'clock. Who's Got My Money by Philip Pedro, who will be located in the theater. We also have Innovation Essentials, hosted by UNOV, Rachel Gomez. She'll be in Suite 150. Agile NB with Will Wang in Suite 145. Las Vegas AI with Timothy May in Suite 155. If you guys are interested in artificial intelligence, let's check that out, right? It's big. It's synergizing businesses in every single direction. So if you're using it, look into it. It's a big deal. Also, we have Ask a Startup Attorney with Caleb Green. Is he going to be here today, Josh? Do we have a confirmation on Caleb? Okay, good. I know a couple times you announced he's not here, but he will be here today, and he'll be in the Traverna Costera. He'll be right over here. And it's kind of nice to have an attorney to kind of bounce an idea or two off of to make sure you're going in the right direction. So he'll be here for that. We'll break at 12:15 for lunch after those meetings. And then at 1:15, we'll start back up with Mastering First Principles Engineering with Josh Stacy. So after lunch, he'll begin his class. We'll do Las Vegas Drones in Suite 145. We have the Social Marketing with Jackson Wright in Suite 155 at 1:15. User Experience and Product Design with Valerie Kahn in Suite 150. Las Vegas Python. If you guys are Python users, this is a class I attend. I'm learning how to use Python more and more efficiently because of Adam England. Thank you so much, Adam. I will be in your next class. Thanks, bud. And that'll end that segment. And then at 2:45, we'll kick back on for Sin City Programmers with Gabriel Burgos in Suite 155. Tech Alley Youth Hour with Lee Jackson in 145. And then we have a class, Google is Not Just That Into You, with Eric Lacasse in Suite 150. That sounds like a fun one. All right, and then we have Blockchain Self-Custody again with James Roop in the Journey Gallery. I'll be focusing on asset acquisition, self-custody, and yield. So if this market's growing, and it's growing exponentially because we're looking at money migration, buy it and hold it and see what happens.
All right.
That's the plan.
You doing?
So,
You gonna come sit with us today? Okay.
Okay. Right now. We're just gonna you guys store it and
All right.
hold it.
Your biggest
And that's what we're doing
All
at 2:45. You guys, Tech Alley and Fusion 42 have been partnering on events and opportunities for a couple of years now, including hosting the Top Startup Awards. Fusion's Global Accelerator is coming up. Keep an eye out for the information. So the GSA fundraising time is starting. So be present, be aware. Fusion 42 is here. It is a VC fundraising group, and it is a stepping stone to help you guys get that business going. So welcome to Tech Alley, you guys. I hope that was great information. Remember, orange shirt, green shirts will help you out. Tech Alley shirts will help you out. I hope you guys have a wonderful time. Let's have a great day. Don't forget about lunch halfway through. Let's go, Tech Alley. Let's do it. Let's get this party started. You guys can bring off in your rooms. If you have any questions, please feel free to come contact me. Thank you, guys.
Dave, would you rotate that camera back around to us? That should be perfect. Maybe pitch it up just a little bit. Hey, Dave, can you pitch it up just a little bit to get a little more headroom?
Thanks, man.
Oh, never mind. Okay, perfect. Just down a little more. I forgot that we did this once. Yeah, it's fine. How you doing, man? Good to see you. There's no interrupting. It's just a conversation that runs all day. So
Global Summit.
I am always running my mouth.
Global Summit. I think we're gonna rally for Global Entrepreneurship Week. Oh, create a coalition. Fuck some shit up. Okay.
Okay. Well, the stream quality is.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. We have a movie themed event. Talking about Lauren and Nadia. Nice.
We have a movie themed event, and I'm trying to make an AI movie trailer with all my friends.
Nice.
So I'm trying to see if I can make two of them film and release.
Nice.
That'd be a lot of fun.
All right.
You coming on the show?
At some point, man.
Yeah. Come on. We'll
I
be.
have to speak to my agent.
I'll check with
have your people call our
Yeah,
people,
Our
and
track meets our standard.
Yeah, right.
well, we'll
Remember what
offer
happened last time.
we'll offer you 10 times what we pay everyone else to be on here.
I mean,
No, let's do
Good
10
start.
times the least amount.
Let's
that
you
we
know
pay somebody.
yeah. Let's
Of all-
let's do
out of all
let's
the
do
people we
let's do
pay,
100 times.
Yeah.
Let's do 100 times what we pay the least person to
okay, where's
pay.
my green room?
Yeah.
You know?
Where's my?
I mean,
where's my blue
I changed my shirt in the men's
Oh,
room,
I'm
so
not
that's
gonna find
probably
it.
the.
Right? Might have to take my talents.
My bad.
Well, there are plenty. So, all right. Welcome to Live from
We're
Tech
rolling?
Alley. Oh, we've been rolling for like 45. We've been rolling for 20 minutes. We caught all the announcements.
The
I got
camera's on?
it streaming. Just the camera's on. Yeah, everything's going. I've checked it. It's going out to YouTube. The streaming quality's not great. We're still wrestling with these issues of the signal here, and
Uh-oh.
short of like punching into a landline into one of these businesses, we're probably going to be out of luck. And this is some days it's great, some days it's not. I think what it is there are, and in fact, what I'm guessing, here's what I'm guessing, is as all these folks with their phones move into the talks, the video quality will pick up on that because we're going out over 5G. So
I see.
So that's my guess is as all these folks kind of move on, the video quality will go up, and then when they all come back for lunch, it'll probably go down because we're all competing for the same slots on the network. So,
Makes sense.
but so if you're watching this and the video quality is less than desirable, I understand. We're always working on that, always trying to up our game on the tech here. But the good news is that this will be This is being recorded in full 4K, and we'll be cutting out clips and snippets of it. And if there's something you'd really like to see that didn't come through clearly for you, let me know, and we'll make sure we get it posted for you. That's the easiest thing to do. So we're back. We're back for another
And we're
month of
back.
Tech Alley. So
Dude, it's been a month.
I know a month it's been, and yeah,
Quite a
and
month.
it feel, sometimes we go and we do Tech Alley. It's a steamy one today here, folks. So you're gonna see me wipe myself off with this towel a bunch of times today.
I gotta grab my towel.
Yeah. So I learned that never go record anywhere without a towel. So hey, how you doing, man? You guys can't see him, but James Roop is over there right off to the side. You got to see him all through the announcements, announcing everybody and telling us what's on the agenda for today. What are you excited about on the agenda today?
You're driving one?
Tech Alley again,
It's always great.
and we're synergizing.
This is 51.
This is 51.
Tech Alley 51.
Like a big deal.
It is a huge
Right?
deal.
It's a big
It's a
deal.
huge deal. It's a huge deal for any event in Vegas. I'm trying to think of anything I've heard of, tech industry or otherwise, where they've run 51 months in a row.
There's nothing.
I
as
can't think of
consistent.
anything.
Yeah, there's
I'm-
nothing as
I'm
consistent
sure
as
I'll go look it up later. There'll be something in gaming, something in, but
not local
also-
community though.
not local community,
Yeah.
and certainly not in our tech ecosystems. That's a real accomplishment that this is number 51, and there's no end in sight. We're going to
Not
keep
even
doing
close.
these.
We're getting bigger.
We are
every
going to keep
single
doing
time.
these. So.
And we're refining. I mean, look, you have a tent now. You have lights. I mean, we've got a lot more.
We're always up in
people.
our game in the tech. I was saying,
Up in
we're
the-
having some signal issues with the 5G with the 5G internet router, but I think it'll clean up as people move on from here and there's less demand of the signal. And and I was saying the good news is we record all this stuff in 4K,
Yeah.
so we can. If there's something somebody really wished they saw and said, hey, the quality was really bad, just let me know. I'll post it. I don't usually get everything cut up into segments and posted, but I try to get as much as I can.
I
So
always watch your stuff. I love it,
Yeah.
man. And so you asked me what I'm so excited about. I am excited that Tech Alley's here again, but this is my opportunity again to share blockchain technology and how to use it,
Yep.
particularly with Cardano, and how to self-custody and how to yield. And I think that's a really big deal, especially when you're considering all of the new governmental changes that we're experiencing. And the
I wanted to
tariffs.
ask you or Mike about that today, and maybe I'll ask you both if I can get you on. So there's been yesterday, big legislation, federal legislation in crypto. So there was the Genius Act, there was the Clarity Act, and then there was a third thing that I don't know the name of, and I'm a little confused about myself. But can you fill us in on what happened yesterday and why it's all important?
Okay, so the Genius Act is a stablecoin regulating bill. And what it's going to do is it's going to stimulate the use, and it's going to okay companies to create and deploy stablecoins within the blockchain ecosystem. This is in every way, shape, and form a stimulator. for the economy. As more and more tokens are deployed, people will trust the entity that is releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start to see movement in the economies that are deploying these stablecoins. So some people are fearful of this, but I've been in this space for a long time. I've been watching Bitcoin for 12 years, and I've seen how stablecoins can stimulate a market. And so think about it. Vendors now can start holding it. They can start accepting it. This has been a wall that is about to diffuse away. And so whether or not things get approved or denied today or tomorrow really isn't the big question. It's that these bills are present. They're going to keep refining them. And if we get approvals, that's great. That's forward motion. If we don't get approvals, they will be adjusted and we will get approvals eventually. And so all I see is forward motion. And you know, I'm really looking forward to the future, because the future to me seems like it's going to be very heavily connected with the blockchain ecosystem.
So take us back one step for the folks who are watching who may not know, what is a stable coin, and how is it different from something like Bitcoin, and why is it, you know, what are the pros and cons of a stable coin?
So a stable coin is a coin that is stable. It's kind of in the name. It bounces maybe within a couple of pennies, but the purpose of it is that it is backed by something, and that backing allows it to maintain its peg. And so instead of blockchain, which is honest money that is verifiable, so we see those fluctuations happen as money goes in and out, and we're not used to this type of environment.
It's all perceived value based on what the market sees it is
at the moment.
Yep.
And when you have real-time calculations in markets, we're seeing these markets adjust, and it's very unsettling from what we're used to.
Absolutely. So stop watching your Bitcoin, stop watching your crypto wallet every second.
Yeah, you don't need to watch it.
It's not good for your mental health.
Just hold it. But so to solve this mental issue, a stablecoin represents that stability in the blockchain market, where you can pivot out of your money into a stablecoin, utilize your money, or a vendor can take your money knowing that it will retain that value that was given at the moment that it was received. So I see, like I said, I see stablecoins as a huge positive for the market. I see them expanding the ecosystem. I see them being backed by reputation. Imagine if Disney came out with a stablecoin.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, who wouldn't trust the Disney coin? And who wouldn't trade the Disney coin between other Disney fans? So this is like an opportunity for the airline mile ecosystem to expand into a rainbow of flavors. And we know how powerful those ecosystems have been in the past.
Yeah.
So we're trading services, right? This can expand globally now, and it's tradable worldwide. And you can actually own the asset and leverage it. There's no middleman, because with airline miles, there's ultimately the airline that's in between you. Now we can actually start to exchange this value globally. So I don't see any of this as negative. It is all just the touch points of huge shifts in our current economic system. And I think stable coins are essential. I think they're going to stimulate the onboarding. And eventually when people realize, great, I can have it in a stable coin, but boy, if I move it out of the stablecoin and I put it in a fixed supply asset in my own wallet, I can actually grow that value and then move it into a stablecoin to spend it later. And this is the trick that most companies are talking about. I was at the Bitcoin conference, so I'll close out with this. And Visa was on stage and they said, we are going to bring Bitcoin to the people. We're the biggest infrastructure. We're going to bring Bitcoin to the people. And I actually kind of laughed and I got concerned, because I said, first of all, the infrastructure is already there. All you need is a phone and you can access the Bitcoin network. So there's no infrastructure you need to bring to the people. What Visa's trying to do from that announcement is they're trying to be a middleman again inside of the blockchain space.
Well, that's what Visa is.
That's what Visa is. They're just a middleman. And so they don't realize they're the blockbuster in the Netflix scenario.
Yep.
And it scares me, because if people don't do enough research, they don't understand what's going on in blockchain and what it's really here for, they might fall into that Visa narrative. And it's the people we should be scraping off our boot, because they've been the ones that are chunking our money away through interest payments and all of these things. So let's really start to look at blockchain. Let's look at what it's here for, which is for us to take our control of our value, remove Visa, remove middlemen. And if we stick with that value set, we can actually create a better world, I think.
Yeah,
so I'm super excited.
I think stablecoins are going to be a really important step to further crypto adoption and further freedom from Visa and from banks and that kind of stuff. One of the things we learned in my investments class and investing in currency, in regular currency, when I was doing my MBA at UNLV, is that one of the characteristics of a currency, for it to really be considered a currency, is people have to be using it to buy and sell things.
Absolutely.
They actually have to be using it for an exchange of value. And there are some crypto coins that have achieved that, but many haven't. And I think stable coins are going to give people much more confidence in crypto.
Right.
And as you said, they'll say, oh, I can get a better return over here, but I can use this coin for my buying and selling of things because it's not volatile. I know if I move some over, that's the value I've got to go make this purchase, and then I can move whatever I didn't use back, right?
Yeah, it gives people that safe space for just storing their money for that moment of use. And so, like I said, it's all a win. We have a government that's fully supporting it. We have a government that's backing it, buying it, developing on it. They've removed all restrictions away, as far as I can see. And if you go to the techalley.org website, I actually wrote a comprehensive article on how the government has approved certain things in blockchain as completely legal for Americans to do. And it has to do with them self-custodying their assets, completely legal if you're an American. And it has to do with yielding interest on your assets, tax-free, legal if you're an American. And so these are fantastic things, but if you don't understand how it works in blockchain, you're going to end up buying some meme coin, or you're going to end up buying some pump and dump scheme from a friend, and you're going to get scammed and say, whoa, this is wrong. Come sit with me. Come join my class.
Yes.
I'm going to teach you guys self-custody, how to identify real value, and we're going to set you guys up with
we haven't even done the how do you get down here today and where are we and all that, because we had a chance to talk to you. So do you have a couple of minutes before you go to tell us about the Clarity Act as well?
Oh, sure. Okay. So Clarity is a bill that is going to create regulations for how blockchain can be used and integrated in our system. The Clarity Act is really interesting in the fact that I don't know if Senator Loomis or if her constituents actually, I have to say they represent the people, right? But I'm wondering if they fully understand blockchain and negative blockchains and how they could kind of turn this whole self-custody and empowerment thing into a more captive environment. I am concerned about a lot of things. Like I said, seeing Visa say they want to bring blockchain to the world, seeing certain senators talk and discuss of other blockchains as if they are similar, just tells me they haven't looked at the base layer and how the chain works. And they're looking at popularity. They're looking at salesmen that are pushing a narrative. And I want these guys, if any senators can hear me about blockchain out there, I want us to go back to a first principles connection with this environment. We're really concerned about being able to hold, preserve, store, and pass our value without government intervention. And there are blockchains out there that quite literally lock your value. They'll capture your value. They'll take a percentage of it. They'll jump in front of you and take your transaction before you, and they'll fee you to death. And so these are designed,
where have we heard this before? Just like a bank.
Just like a bank. And so, like I said, blockchain's a tool. And so if we don't have legislators understanding that, hey, this is just a tool and a chain is not a chain is not a chain, then we could have wonderful senators with great intentions pushing chains that are actually locking people out of their money or causing problems. And so I ask that everybody, when you're looking at blockchain, consider the first principles approach. How does it treat you? Does it have you gain wealth? Does it lock you out of your money? Do you earn interest on it? Can you do whatever you want privately, or does everybody kind of know what's going on? These are really the fundamental values we're trying to capture and keep in place while this new Web3 environment explodes.
And all these questions and answers are in the article you wrote on techalley.org.
The article that I wrote specifically looks at the government evaluating Cardano, staking, self-custody, and yield, and they just approved that entire process to be 100% legal. That's huge, and they specifically did it on the Cardano network. So it's a really big deal. They didn't do it on Ethereum. They didn't do it on other networks. They did it on Cardano.
And there's reasons for that we can get into, that you're going to get into in your talk today. So, do your research. Read James. Start with James's article. That's probably a great place to start. You've got a bunch of other articles and media out there as well. So, where can people follow you on social, or where can they find you online? Do you have a YouTube channel?
You know, I've been talked to quite a bit about starting a YouTube channel. I do private bootcamp classes, but it may be time to scale that out.
I think we need to have a conversation about getting you out doing some. It would still be considered long form content because it would be like 3 to 5 minutes, but doing some long form content.
Yeah, really explaining some
maybe we can pull it in as part of my network here or something, and we'll figure it out. So, but that'd be awesome. So do your research. Start with James's article. Connect with James. If you're in Vegas, come down to his class today. Come down to his talk. We're gonna get all your contact information here in a second as well. But and then do your research. make small investments. That's how I kind of got started in crypto. Is I was curious about it. I said, okay, I'm going to get a little of this, I'm going to get a little of that. I'm going to see how it goes. That was a couple of years ago. Super happy. Ethereum is back up higher than where I bought it a couple of years ago.
Always a good thing.
So always a good thing. But be curious. Stoke your own curiosity. Ask questions. If you're not satisfied with an answer, go ask somebody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really important to be curious about this and to learn and to learn about it, and then balance what you're learning with your appetite for risk. Because there are really sexy things out there that are highly risky,
yeah.
and then there's some things like Bitcoin and Ethereum and Cardano that are a little more well known. But it's really exciting. Get out there, do the homework, talk to James. James, where can everybody find you?
If you're looking to meet with me and do consults, I do consults through cardanomint.com. It's cardanomit.com. That's cardanomint.com. On my website, it kind of explains what I teach. I'm very boring. I teach self-custody. I teach how to evaluate blockchain assets based off of history of value. And I have a link there where you can set up an appointment with me. So I'd love to see anybody that has any questions. Primarily, I work with individuals, family banks, or small banks and institutions that want to hold their own money and earn yield without having to trade it or give it to somebody else. That's primarily what blockchain is for, and I'm happy to teach anybody how to use it.
And I know some of you are saying, I don't want to learn all that tech stuff. That sounds really complicated. I'm going to make a pitch. Read the article, talk to James anyway, learn the top level of the tech stuff, because we talked about the folks who are like, Visa is going to pull in some folks on this who don't want to learn about the tech, right?
Sure.
And they're going to end up, Visa's going to end up making money off them just like they make money off of everybody else with credit cards.
Right.
If you take the time to learn at least the top level of the tech, now you can make the choice, right? I can dive deeper into this, or I can pay someone to handle this for me. That's capitalism. That's the American way. I'm here for it.
It's all about choices.
But learn, just take a few minutes, and I really do mean just a few minutes, to learn that top level of tech. Listen to what James is telling you, and then you can make some smart choices about how you want to go forward with your portfolio, your investments, and how you handle your money in the future.
Wonderful. And that's exactly right, man. I love it.
All right. What time is your talk again?
2:45 in the Journey NFT Gallery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which we are looking at right here.
Right there.
You folks are looking at us from the Journey NFT Gallery. James, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure.
Jason, thanks, buddy. We'll catch you later.
All right.
See ya.
Okay. When you're ready, you can jump on now if you want, man. All right. Cool. I still have to do our intros, so. All right. So had that great opportunity to talk to James. Welcome to Live from Tech Alley. We are here outside Taverna Costera in downtown Las Vegas, corner of Charleston and Maine. Taverna Costera is the amazing sponsor and host for all kind of the center of all the Tech Alley activities here in downtown. It's actually going on not just in the buildings around us. We're going to have Mike on in just a bit. You heard us talking to Mike. We're going to have Mike on in a bit, and he's going to tell us all about Vegas Crypto Group, what they're doing. We'll get a little more deep into some of this stuff that we didn't get to talk to James about. And they'll tell us all about, they're running a scavenger hunt all around the arts district here in Las Vegas today. So there's a ton of reasons to come on down to Tech Alley. Bring the kids. You can do this scavenger hunt thing. There's going to be a free lunch, so anyone who's registered at Tech Alley gets lunch for free from Taverna Costera. Always delicious, always a great time. We're in the middle of the first session right now. I think we're doing Who's Got My Money right now. I think we're doing Innovation Fundamentals from UNLV. We have so many great things going on, all these tech talks and the amazing networking. You've already seen the people jumping on and talking to us, and that's what we're here all about today, is so that you, if you can't be here today, you can't make it down here to Tech Alley, we're bringing you what's happening at Tech Alley. We're bringing it to you on your phone, in your home, wherever you are. That's the pitch. Get on down here if you're in Las Vegas today and you're interested in tech, crypto, drones, coding, software, apps, whatever it is, entrepreneurship. Get on down here to Tech Alley. They're here till 4 today. We're in the first round of talks right now. If you're not here in Las Vegas and you're watching this, if you're going to be in Las Vegas, try to join us on the third Saturday of the month. That's always when we do Tech Alley, right here down in downtown Las Vegas, the corner of Charleston and Maine. Dave Berlin, how the heck are you?
Sweaty.
It is. It's a steamy one today.
At least it's not humid. I'll be in Nashville this time next week.
Yeah, you're in for a big change.
Yeah,
I bet.
that'll be
so unless they're pouring rain for some reason,
Right?
you're in for a big, and even then, that's a big change for us.
Oh yeah.
So we were, we didn't even get to the intro of where we are and why people should come down and how do they get here. And by the way, it's all free.
We're still live.
Oh, we're always live.
Just kidding.
That camera never shuts off. You know that. Fortunately, that's not true for all of you folks who are watching. Yeah, so we were talking about how it's been a busy month.
Yeah.
Where do you want to start? You've had a ton going on, and I don't want to presume where you're going to start. Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna check how our stream quality is.
Love it. Well, and we're back. Ready? Action. No, man, I'm really excited about, after this morning, seeing all the people that were here, despite this is normally where it starts to taper off, right? Because it gets so hot. But we saw some familiar faces. Some great people are showing up. And more importantly, I think a lot more people are showing up and taking action, right? I think there's just some really cool stuff coming up for the community with Startup Week, with Startup Weekend. And now I'm very much excited about very much including the conversation with Reno as well, building some bridges between North and South. And that came from some of the great things that happened during Freedom Week. So awesome. I know last month we were here, we were ramping up Freedom Week. Now Freedom Week is in the past, but it's also very much in the future. It'll be a year from now before we know it. And what better time to gear up and start celebrating the heck out of some veteran entrepreneurship.
Okay. Yeah, stream quality's not terrible. It's not my favorite either. But
good
Freedom
enough
Week.
for the girls I go out with. Just kidding.
No, your girlfriend's a photographer and a videographer. It is not good. I know her. It is not good enough for her. She's probably fuming right now if she's watching it. We're trying. I think it's an internet connectivity problem. I don't think it's our gear problem. So we talked broad brushstrokes about Freedom Week.
Yeah.
What do you want to get in? I mean, there was so much that happened. I was exhausted after the first day.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we had a couple of days without really big events that I was attending, and then it picked up again at the end of the week.
Yeah.
But I was exhausted. I was exhausted by Monday night, and then I was exhausted on Friday evening. So, where do you want to start with the details?
I mean, I would have to start with the biggest, start with the end, right? The biggest takeaway from Freedom Week was that two pieces. One very fuzzy, a little woo, and one very, very tactical. And it's, if you want to thank a veteran for their service, consider paying them for the service or the product that they offer as an entrepreneur.
So support veteran-owned busines's. That's a great thing you can do if you want to support a veteran.
That's the action everyone can take and then on the bigger vision, what if the last 15 years, everything we've done as military culture has been the season of transition? What if we are responsible for taking the next season to be one of expansion and transformation? Very big, very broad, but I hope it starts to level up and recalibrate veterans to the impact that they can make in their community and at the greater community at large. Cool. Those are the big things. What happened in between, dude, so good. All the events,
so good.
Vet Talks.
You want to give us a rundown on what happened, what the intent of Vet Talks was, what happened, and then how did the reality match the expectation?
Wow, dang. Well, as you may have seen, I've been very not reluctant to talk about this, but really just trying to find the words because it was such an overwhelmingly incredible experience. First off, shout out to being there and capturing every single second of it. All of that is going to be some of the most impactful stuff that we carry out to the masses.
So stay tuned. Dave is figuring out how that's going to get distributed to the world. But when that's figured out, there's lots of great video and audio from that day.
But yeah, the intent for that whole reason was, I feel like another heavy topic, right? Sometimes it's really hard to get our messages out there. You see things like TED Talks and Disrupt HR and all of these organizations that have figured out a way, because we're all still human. Like there's magic in words.
People still love hearing stories.
Yep, I love it. And the oratory magic came from, I had the idea years ago. It's like, if I've done a TED Talk, if I've done Disrupt HR, where's the veteran voice going to be heard? So you can't search TED Talks. You could type TED Talks veteran, you'll find a few, but there's like 233,000 TED Talks. So I wanted to create that just for the veteran community, and that's exactly what we did. As far as what it actually, like what I thought it would be and what it actually was, it was, I thought it was going to be impactful, but it really came out very impactful and magical at the same
It
time.
sure did. I mean, I've been involved since the beginning.
Yep.
We certainly had expectations of how powerful it was going to be.
Mhm.
I don't think we had any idea how really powerful it was going to be on the speakers and the audience. Before we dive into more, you had a number of people apply for 6 speaking slots.
Yeah,
Right.
and originally it was only going to be 5 because I wanted to keep 3 at the beginning and intermission, and then 3. And just
And you spoke as well. There were 7
Yeah.
speakers, David, rightly so.
Yeah.
It's your deal, right? So you had many people apply for 6 speaking slots.
Yeah.
What were, and you had criteria for what you decided were going to be the best talks.
Yeah.
And you kind of had a minimum set of criteria for your talk should be this kind of thing. So tell us what you were looking for in the talks. So as the starting point for how to decide who to put on the stage.
Yeah, well, so, and it's funny, right? Because the story is the first TED Talk that I ever saw was Sarah Kay, If I Should Have a Daughter, and she does spoken word poetry. And while I'm not a spoken word poet, I love the performance that it is, not a presentation. So it's funny. I think we've all experienced death by PowerPoint. I wanted to create
I've
format.
done it to people sometimes.
I wanted to create a format where we could follow a system, where we could keep their conversation into a container that really elicits people to take action. So it, again, not buy from me. This isn't a sales pitch by any means, but the format being 8 minutes, 8 slides, 1 call to action. That was one of the big criteria is, are you familiar speaking in formats?
Yep. There was a challenge aspect to this as well.
Can you adhere to these standards?
There are a lot of professional speakers who would have a hard time 8 minutes, 8 slides that you don't control.
Yep, that's the other part. No clicker, so those slides rotate every 1 minute. So you got to be on it. You have to nail it.
But they all every talk had to have, if I remember right, correct me where I'm wrong on this. Every talk had to have a story.
Yeah.
And it had to have a
Data point.
a data point, and it had to have a lesson. It had to have a call to action. It had to have something that people could take away and do today, right?
Yeah. So
Were those all the things?
Yeah. You nailed it, man. Oh, you should be on the team. We should build a team.
Which it's because I saw them all.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and if you really think about it, and what's funny is if we only talked about this, then it would sound weird. But now that we've seen people actually do it, and that's why I wanted to do the very first one. So yeah, originally I was going to do 6 talks. When we got 27 applications, I knew this would be something that would be important. So, hardest thing ever is to pick. I was only going to pick 5, but I went ahead and picked 6 because I was like, okay, I'll kick it off with an 8-minute talk. Then we'll do 3, and then an intermission.
It played well. It was a great way.
I think it was
never,
great
it never dragged. I mean, I was sitting in command central with the camera, the computer, and all that stuff.
You were like,
and I was behind.
the main
Most of the.
nerd.
I was behind most of the audience, and no one was tuned out.
Yeah.
No one was. I mean, there were some folks at the bar behind us who.
I do want to give a quick little shout out, and I know they can't see it here, but you saw the picture that Jess got, where you're just like, ta-da! Like we did. No, you definitely killed it that night. Brought all of it together. I've been piecing up the individual talks, and I'm completely reminded. Plugged in. Completely reminded how powerful all the talks really were. So I didn't realize how I sort of curated the boy band of everything that represents.
It really was
our transition.
They were all very complementary to each other. The order you had them in, there was kind of a build and an ebb and a flow and a build again, and then very well done all around.
I think the ending with TJ,
was
it really closed out the night with a very simple idea that camaraderie cures, and just showing up make sure that somebody else.
And when you all get to see this talk in whatever form it comes out in, when you all get to see it, you will understand why that was our last talk of the night.
And I feel like he rocked it in jersey shorts. Did you notice that?
I did.
Like he totally rocked that in jersey shorts. And I'm like, you really just wear jersey shorts? But then at the same time,
Well, TJ has
like,
a real job. He has to wear like real clothes 5 days a week. So he's not like us.
But I think that's actually going to help it go further because people are like, did that guy just drop that in jersey shorts?
Yeah.
I hope that's what gets like TikToked. But
Nope.
yeah, very blown away. And now I'm very much behind the scenes trying to look at and understand what does all this really look at? What does all of this really look like from a legal perspective, on an entity perspective, on creating the right coalitions for everything moving forward? I have been very quiet over the last week, but I've also been very active in following up on a lot of the things that are going to help us carry Freedom Week into other communities, and how we start to celebrate that even as early as Global Entrepreneurship Week. And all of the, just how do we continue all of this momentum? And during that, how do we keep hitting record and saying, let's go Vegas, let's go Vegas.
So the future of Vet Talks, you are working out the business aspect details.
Yeah, it very much, it is just exactly how Disrupt HR does it, exactly how TEDx does it, and just go down and follow everything that they did. Thankfully, I know the founder of Disrupt HR, and she's actually, it's funny because now they're watching Vegas because Ashlyn, shout out, we haven't met yet, but Ashlyn is, she moved here. She had no contacts. She had like 10 contacts, and she bought the license that I was trying to get us
the one
to get
when we were talking about that
But
a
now
year
they've
ago,
got it
2
going.
years ago, whenever that was.
So,
Awesome.
so yeah, just really try to understand what that business entity looks like, and then how do we?
Well, she
duplicate
should be down here sitting in that chair.
Exactly. I know. We'll get her down here.
All right, cool. So working on the business aspect of things. So the good news is Vet Talks will be back. It'll be back in Vegas. Ideally, it will be in other cities as well. The bad news is we just don't know when that's going to be yet.
Right. I'm hoping November-ish. I think it would make sense to tie in with. I don't want to conflict with Veterans Day by any means, but more importantly, Veteran Small Business.
You don't want anyone that you don't want anyone going straight from Vet Talks to Marine Corps ball.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll figure out the best route, but stay tuned.
Okay. So that was Vet Talks. That was Monday. You guys, before Vet Talks earlier in the day, there was a kickoff event.
Yeah, there was
Tell
a
us
kickoff.
about that.
Well, let's back up to the beginning. Sunday was, I say it was the unofficial kickoff. It was the warm up, all pun intended.
Yep.
David Lonergan was celebrating 1 year of his gym Triple Threat Transformation being open. With that celebration came a Sunday workout, which always happens. I want to bake this in for people that are looking at Freedom Week or Global Entrepreneurship Week. He already does that the first Sunday of every month. It just so happened that the first Sunday of July happened to be Freedom Week, because Freedom Week is the week after 4th of July. So we turned that into, we had a whole film crew and everything set up, but we got the workout.
Everybody goes away and the quality goes way up.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so the whole idea there is that with his workout, that kicked everything off. We had the kickoff day at Nevada Partners. Warrior Rising.
And you and Nick hosted that.
Yeah.
Nick Martucci from Warrior Rising.
Yep, and then also Reggie was in town.
Okay.
From he flew in from headquarters of Warrior Rising, and we really just set the bar about talking about veteran entrepreneurship, his involvement with Project Vanguard, all of the things that they're doing, and it was there at the Veteran Entrepreneur Library, so it was perfect to kind of kick that off. We did stack up some certificates of from like Congress and stuff like that again this year.
Yeah, well, we got those later in the week.
I know,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah. Well, I got some that day too.
now one thing that is worth mentioning, I believe we mentioned it last time, but one thing that's worth mentioning again is the Veteran Entrepreneur Library has spread to other cities.
Yeah, that happened on Wednesday. Wednesday up in Reno, our partners at Veteran Business Outreach Center, they opened the second Veteran Entrepreneur Library. So now, if we're looking at how this moves forward in a global sense, there's a few things that Freedom Week would have to have. Freedom Week should always have a kickoff event
Mm-hmm.
It should always have a after party event, right? Those are the two, the front and end cap.
Into it.
And then it should have a vet talks. It should have a vet cap, which we'll talk about at Vets in Tech. And it should have a kickoff. So we, by our own standards, we checked all the boxes to have an actual Freedom Week.
Good thing.
Now can we? I know, right? Now can we duplicate that?
That would have been
same thing
weird.
into other markets.
It would have been weird if we didn't.
Well, but and here's the thing: how many different like weeks do people celebrate all the time? And there's not anything
Every
that
week.
becomes a permanent post for
Every
that
week.
thing. So if you look at the Veteran Entrepreneur Library, this is a physical command post, if you will. It's a rally point that will create the right intersection, the right collisions for not just veteran entrepreneurs, but entrepreneurs in a given community. So how many veteran entrepreneur libraries can we open in the next 3 years?
So for someone who is interested or curious about the Veteran Entrepreneur Library, let's dial the Wayback Machine a little bit. We opened ours here last year.
Yeah.
So what was the genesis of that? And then what would someone need to do to set up a Veteran Entrepreneur Library in their community?
Yeah. First of all, connect with me. We're building a coalition of a roundtable and a council, if you will, of the people that are going to help move this forward into other communities. We'll have those sort of councils, not just here, but in other communities as well. So I know Atlanta, Tulsa, Philadelphia, Houston.
Isn't this a Steve Miller
Austin.
song?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm pretty sure these are the lyrics to a Steve Miller song.
But yeah, those are all the cities that we're gonna start locking up. Well, we'll make big verbal commitments at Veteran Small Business Week, and then going into Global Entrepreneurship Week, and then as soon as the year turns, it's focused on Freedom Week, Freedom Week, Freedom Week. So how the library really set the tone for that is, I guess the easiest way to say it is, imagine if I didn't have that library. Imagine if we never opened that. We would continue talking about this event every year, but there's not a permanent fixture that not only is a very visual thing that creates that sort of awe and curiosity of what's going on there. That's what I want to draw people in with. And then what they'll find is not just veteran programs, but programs for all levels of entrepreneurship. How can we connect this with organizations like the Veteran Business Outreach Center? And that's already being taken to consideration at the national level. Should every Veteran Business Outreach Center also have a library? So, yeah, that's the cool stuff that we're trying to figure out. All of that while trying to maintain and grow my business and my network and my practice. And I think that podcasts are back in the very near future.
Awesome.
Time to
Dave
keep
Means
crushing.
Business Podcast or something similar will be coming back.
Oh,
It is going to be the Dave Means Business Podcast.
the resurrection.
All right. So let's wind the clock forward again.
Yep.
The workout was great. The kickoff was great. Vet
Yep.
Talks was amazing. It was better than great. Again, more to follow on that. Stay tuned to this.
Yep.
Stay tuned to this channel to find out more about what's going on with that, because we definitely are going to get that out to you in some way, shape, or form.
And then VetCap.
And then winding the clock forward to later in the week, VetCap.
VetCap. Perfect power balance to the whole week, because up until that, it was all the very local things that are happening here. We're celebrating one veteran entrepreneur at his gym, you know, the local kickoff, yes, at the library, but with just one organization. VetCap really showed the power of what this looks like in a much larger level, because Vets in Tech is just on fire right now.
Yep. Vets in Tech.
Opening up, not just opening chapters, but accelerating chapters
Oh, yeah.
all across the country. And that's only gonna, like, we're kind of leading the way with the idea of Freedom Week through that. But every single Freedom Week should have a vet cap, because this event is specifically to talk about how to get money and capital for your business, but not just the traditional venture capital.
Not just equity,
SBA loans.
not just
Yeah.
cash for equity. It's,
Yeah, not just, but also like not just grants, right? There
Right.
are grants, but you know, the SBA talking about small business loans, that all of that diversity to help people understand where they can get funding, I think is really an anchor to the whole week. But it was also dope because it was at DraftKings headquarters.
Yeah. So VetCap's
space.
hosted by Vets in Tech,
Hosted by DraftKings.
along with their
Yeah.
along with our partner DraftKings. Always an amazing experience when we go do something at their place. So
Well, and now, like, it's so funny because you and I've been working on so many things. We're the chapter leads for Vegas,
Yep.
for Vets in Tech, and I think we've just kind of been on our own path, but now that they're opening all these other chapters and I'm seeing that stuff, like, okay, we need to throw our little accelerator networking events and really start drawing in a lot more of the right partners that are going to hit here. So Vets in Tech is just, I think that's going to be the organization that helps bring a lot of all this together in time.
And one of our panelists, Mike DeLuca, not only was he a panelist for our Vets in Tech VetCap event, while not officially a Freedom Week event, he hosted his Scared to Scale networking event.
Did you make it over?
I did. It was great. It was great. It's always great. I mean, I've only been, actually, it's only the second one I've been to. There were a bunch of them I didn't make before that, but Scared to Scale is for founders to meet other experienced exited founders, for exited founders to talk to each other, for folks who have kind of been in the ecosystem for a while and have had some success and are moving on to talk with each other. And it's a great opportunity for people who are kind of starting out their businesses to get to know and learn a little bit from these experienced founders and investors.
Yeah. No, I think, it's all of the pieces are moving.
Yep.
I wasn't able to make it to that. I was helping we had a film crew. That's one thing that I haven't mentioned. We had a film crew the whole week.
Yep.
I mean, a full film crew.
UNLV film students.
And alumni. Yeah.
Alumni,
Sylvia, I had met at a networking event just the week before Freedom Week, and she said, I'm a filmmaker. And I told her about this whole project, and she got really excited. She wants to do documentaries. So she built the team, she put it all together, and in 5 days notice, they launched a whole project.
And they were everywhere.
Yeah, they were at every single one. The cool thing about this is for her as well, yes, she did volunteer, and this is a community where a lot of people do things for free to get their name out there. What's fascinating is she's literally writing this whole project out line by line, how much the crew would have cost, how much the equipment would have cost. She's marking it up. She's creating all of these line items. And now this should be the one project that she ever has to do to say, I did this to get my name out there. And here's what happened from it. Because every single group I introduced her to whole new circles of influence. And now after this project, I definitely see their names and rights to all this on every single slide, every single credits. And now as more and more communities open this up, they want to know who shot that video. I can definitely put all those people through her.
Fantastic. So that cap was great. Scared to Scale was an additional bonus for Thursday. That was really fun. And then we had our after party. Even though it wasn't the last thing, we had our after party.
Yeah. We had a great after party. Petrol Head had just opened a couple of weeks before.
Cool little place.
Yeah, definitely cool place. They have a cool vibe, but it's funny because the owner she's
active duty,
active in the
Air Force.
Yeah. And so and her husband that runs the bar, they are partners in it, but so it's funny because it's veteran or it's active duty and military spouse operated. Marvin's one of the cool military spouses.
Yeah.
Not all military spouses are wives. I don't know how to explain that to people.
You just did. There you go. That's the explanation.
Yep. But yeah, so the after party went great. And then while I didn't attend the final event of the week, Sacred Soldier did do an incredible retreat. I think they had over 20 people.
Yeah, I think they were fully booked.
We can't talk about it
because
it's a very private ceremony, but it is a very powerful one.
But it was another good bookend to the official events. So.
Absolutely. Yep. So that's I feel like that's the broad strokes. I'm still replaying like every day in my head some of the things that happened.
It was literally just it wrapped up a week ago. I mean, it has not been vet talks for somehow feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah.
But it was 10 days ago or 11 days ago. It was.
Yeah. I think all of that. Oh, and again, now that I said it at the beginning, I'll say it here as well. I really feel like everything that we've done as a military culture has been a season of transition. It's in all of the words that we use to explain and express the places where a lot of people were and probably not in such good places. So if we call that transition, what if we just call the next decade transformation and expansion? I really feel like it's going to create a stronger culture of a lot of badass people stepping into their power, stepping into their business, leading their communities. And I really just think this is the This is going to be the most fun I've got
All
to
right.
have on this planet.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We don't need anybody's permission to start calling it the decade of transformation
Right.
and expansion. And in fact, honestly, that's, as someone who has transitioned out of the military, there's the part of it that they tell you about while you're in the military, and there's stuff they're right about that you don't believe and you go through anyway, and there's stuff they're right about that you do believe and you go through anyway. But there's a lot of one of the big challenges I find with the military helping people with transition
Yeah.
is the people helping people with transition have not transitioned.
Yeah.
They have not transitioned out for the most part.
Yeah.
They bring in the guest speakers, they bring in the people from the VA, but it's just not the same.
Yeah.
So, especially on the employment and entrepreneurship side.
Yep. Indeed. Yeah. So I think that's it, man. It's putting dates on the calendar.
Right.
That's
Well,
it.
that's the past.
Yep.
What's the future?
Dates on the calendar. I
Yeah.
mean, so now we go into the next layer of the movie Inception, right?
Mhm.
So all of this really kickstarts the conversation for Global Entrepreneurship Week. After being at Global Entrepreneurship Congress, I realized I've been telling the wrong narrative. I've been telling people Global Entrepreneurship Week is 10,000 events around the world, all 1 week in November, but that's not true. It's 40,000.
Oh,
So it's just got my numbers off, but let me correct myself. So Global Entrepreneurship Week is 40,000 events all around the world in 1 week in November. All of us create a lot of those events based on a few demographics. And remember, it goes back to what we were talking about. David Lonergan always has that Sunday, first Sunday workout and community dinner. It just happened to fall in that week.
Yep.
If you already host events during that week, you might as well call it a Global Entrepreneurship
I
Week.
may as well.
But ideally, activating this whole military community, veteran entrepreneurs is only one of like the 13 categories that Global Entrepreneurship Week focuses on. You've got women entrepreneurs, Black entrepreneurs, Asian American entrepreneurs, encore entrepreneurs, which
Yep.
are people that have retired and started a business after their retirement, chambers of commerce, all the different programs at all the different colleges. These are all the groups that benefit from being part of Global Entrepreneurship Week. So using this case study of what just happened with one segmented audience, now I'd like to activate coalitions in each one of
Yep.
those communities. And it's not to get people to go force 10 events.
Yep.
It's can everybody host 2 or 3?
Yeah, one. Do one.
Even do one.
Do one.
And if they do, that's going to add to the focus of all this. And what we're looking at doing, where we set the bar for this a couple years ago, is Nevada Partners, Elias, the team over there. They're getting all new podcast equipment.
Okay.
They're getting all new live stream equipment.
Awesome.
And it looks like we might turn Nevada Partners into a global command center for entrepreneurship.
That'd be great.
And we can do live interviews with people from all around the world leading up to that week and through that week.
Yep.
And just make it a center for entrepreneurial expansion.
Because I don't remember if we did it last year, but a couple of years ago for Global Entrepreneurship Week,
yeah,
we did like a 48-hour live stream, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was like 48 or 72,
60. It was
60 hours,
60.
whatever it was. Yeah.
60-hour live stream.
I know I went on it for a little while.
You did. Yeah. And that's definitely back in the works again. There's just so many things that
Yep.
are really much taken off in the right direction.
No, it'd be fantastic to have that at Nevada Partners, have
Yep.
other events happening at Nevada Partners, and just pull people in
Yep.
over the course of the week
and
for interviews.
We can also pull people in from the global level because it is happening all week.
Yeah.
So we're kind of checking in with the world. And this sounds cheesy, but think of it like when the ball drops. It's like, all right, we're gonna cut to our representative in Zimbabwe. I don't know. Tell us about Global Entrepreneurship Week there. And
Yeah. So
Should be cool.
you've been focused on this for a while. You went to Global Entrepreneur Congress. You did all that kind of stuff. We're all kind of shaking off the dust from last year to get started on
Yep.
Global Entrepreneur Week this year.
Yep.
So what are some of the first steps? And you talked about kind of using Freedom Week as a model for each constituency, each
Yeah.
group. Who are you looking for to kind of take on the mantle of leading these groups?
Yeah, it's going to be the people who are already moving things in that community, right? So it's like it's easy to throw a stick at it, right? Because in our community, it's like, oh, who are the top 10 voices or leaders in the veteran entrepreneur space, right? We could put 100 names on the wall. who are those people in the women entrepreneur group, right? I get to jump around a lot of these.
Mhm.
Like I look at incredible people like Shane Jasmine, right?
Mhm.
Who's created the Women Decision Maker group. Little shout out to that. That's the last Wednesday of every month. So it's Wednesday the 30th. So ladies, if you're out there, I'm still blown away by how many people don't know about that group. And I just keep connecting all the ladies. So yeah, how do I find people like that in the women's group? In the Asian American entrepreneurs, I know there's lots of great chambers and organizations that of people that I can talk to and work with. So it's just trying to figure out who are those people at the top. But because I can show what we did with the veteran piece, and once we're able to put some of those clips and things together, I think people, once they really start to see it, they'll start taking a lot more action and raising their hand.
So I think what the take home message is we're not looking for people to do extra stuff.
Yep.
We're looking for the people who are already doing stuff for these communities and saying, hey, if you're already doing something, just do it as a global entrepreneur week activity.
Yeah. How can I shine a spotlight on everything that you're doing in a bigger way, and how can I help you amplify that in other areas that are just going to help?
And then the week prior to Global Entrepreneur Week, it's Veteran Entrepreneur Week, right?
Yeah, that's Veteran Small Business Week.
Veteran Small Business Week, that's what it is.
Yeah, so now I'm looking at a way to create more sustainable things to lead towards that as well. So it's everything moving forward is just all of the accelerate, let's put our gas, put on the gas pedal.
Outstanding. So as we're digesting all of this, what were some of the lessons learned for you over the last couple months?
Biggest lesson learned, I cannot do this by myself. I want to verbally thank you and every single person who stepped up and volunteered in any way. This is all going to matter. So shout out to Ronnie Long,
right? Who, like, while we got wrapped up setting up tech and managing events and that kind of stuff, Ronnie just took pictures and videos all week long.
Yeah. No, man, really great stuff. That was the biggest lesson learned. But now I really see what it's going to take to move this forward, and it's time to get all of that stuff in motion. I did learn how to be very clear and communicate with all of the volunteers. It was a tough season. There was a lot of stuff going on. Still having to go out and chase money and grow my business.
A lot of moving parts.
Yep, a lot of moving parts. So those were the biggest ones, but the biggest takeaway is definitely knowing that this really matters on a big scale, and it absolutely can and will in a very short period of time.
Awesome. What else is going on?
What else? I don't know, man. I knew this was going to be a cruel summer, not in a bad way, like more the Bananarama way. But
not the Taylor Swift way, the Bananarama way.
Taking a Bananarama way. I'm taking a little trip to Nashville next week, so excited. I'm excited to get out of town for a minute because don't get me wrong, I love this city, but it can be pretty heavy sometimes.
I have said that since I lived here the first time. Is I love Vegas. I never really want to live anywhere else.
Yep.
However,
it's nice to go to other places.
Vegas is a city where you really do need about every 3 or 4 months you need to get out of here for at least a day or two.
Well,
even if you just get out just get out and drive somewhere for a few hours, and you have to get out of here every so often.
Well, I'll say this, and I forgot until Nashville started getting closer, but Nashville is actually one of the biggest cities in my story.
Yep.
I've been there at least 20 times. I've DJ'd weddings there when I was expanding the DJ business over, but also I used to work for a very large company there, Southwestern Consulting, with like 300 or 400 coaches worldwide. That was the headquarters office where I went for a lot of training. A lot of the authors like John Acuff, they're in Nashville, and I've talked with them there. The Bunker Labs, the whole thing that Bunker Labs ever even came to Las Vegas is because in 2017, I went to Nashville and I had a meeting with Blake Hogan, who ultimately became the CEO, and we talked for like 4 hours, and I just told him who I was and what I was passionate about, and wouldn't you know it, just a few years later, I ended up here. And Bunker Labs is one of the big pillars to all veteran entrepreneurship here in the city.
Awesome.
So I'm ready for Nashville.
Nashville's coming.
Nashville hot chicken, Hattie B's.
All right. You want to jump on, Josh?
Want to get Josh on?
Yeah, we'll get Josh on for a little bit. Would you be so kind as to grab me a
100%.
glass of water while you're up? Let's bring Josh on. Thank you, sir. Oh yeah, get some water. Humid. Definitely that time of year. Got to keep drinking water.
Oh boy.
Josh Levitt, founder of
sir.
Tech Alley.
Yes, sir. How you
Number
doing?
51.
Yeah, is it 51, 52?
I think this is 51, right?
The May. Yeah, you're right.
51. May was 4 years.
4 years.
And then June was 50. And now we're on 51.
It just comes by so fast. It's good to get everybody together. A lot of new faces here today.
Yeah. I saw a lot of new faces in the crowd as we were doing the announcements today, so which is great.
It's good, and good crowd for a summer.
For summer, yeah, July. We once again we are blessed with the weather. It is not 115 degrees here today. It's going to be like 100, which is kind of nice for Vegas in July. So
Yeah, and that crazy storm yesterday. Did you get hit by that?
yeah,
The
I did.
monsoon?
I was driving to the gym when that I just got a couple sprinkles on the car, got inside the gym, and it just poured. It poured up on our side of town on the north side.
And so I think I posted on it when I was announcing this to see if Tech Alley keeps its lucky weather streak, because there hasn't been a bad weather day.
No, we haven't.
For Tech Alley.
We haven't had any weather nonsense in 51. Knock on wood.
I think I've ruined that curse.
We had some hot days. Don't get me wrong. We had some days that I think we had one day that was up like at 110, which was crazy. Because I think it was like June. It wasn't even like July or August of last year. It was like June.
Yeah. Last summer was brutal.
Yeah, last summer was a weird summer, but the beautiful weather and lots of great stuff happening here. We've got the Vegas Crypto Group folks here doing their scavenger hunt. So
yeah,
we're gonna get Mike on to talk in a little bit. We had James on talking about crypto a little earlier. So
yeah, and we're looking at building more partnerships. With Fusion 42 when they're doing, and they got their global accelerator coming up.
Yes.
Soon, and they also got their the big pitch events that they have.
They're doing their Pitch Kung Fu every week. They have their Tuesday events where people come in and talk and get advice and that kind of stuff. And the global summit's going to be great.
Yeah. And so I love that partnership, and I think that's one of the beauties of what Tech Alley can do is not live in its own silo, right? It's all about
that's the whole point,
connecting
right?
everybody with all of the resources that are out there.
The point of Tech Alley was to be one of the places where people broke down the silos and showed up, right?
Yeah.
We're 51 episodes into it, and it's and it's been great, right? It's definitely working. I give Tech Alley a lot of credit for. I don't know if you saw it. Len Jessup out of Lindsay Institute wrote a report on the Vegas ecosystem.
I did see it, yeah.
And he talked about how much it's changed over the last 10 to 15 years of being incredibly siloed to now things are starting to come together. And I give Tech Alley a lot of credit for that, because it wasn't. I don't think that really started until Tech Alley came along.
It all came from that principle that there's no patriarchs of the ecosystem. Everybody has to be an entry point.
Absolutely.
No one has to control the keys to it. And I don't even know if I go to the extreme of it, but I look at everything and say, if you have to come to Vegas and you have to know, okay, I have to talk to this group, or I have to, that's a patriarch. If I have to go to a website, but they have to discover that website. So there's an issue here. How do we just make it so that it just is?
I was trying to explain that to people for years before Tech Alley came along. Of this isn't an ecosystem. You guys are trying to funnel everybody to you. You're all trying to be the one-stop shop, right? You're all trying to be the place that everybody goes to, and that's not what an ecosystem is. An ecosystem is a lot of people all showing up to each other's stuff, knowing what's going on, paying attention to what's going on, collaborating, sometimes competing.
Yeah.
But everybody's connected. Everybody knows what's going on. And Tech Alley's been huge to helping people know what's going on.
Yeah, and so we're looking at. I love the relationship with Kurt and Fusion 42. Relationship with you. Relationship with all the other organizations that are out there, Startup NV, and we're looking at expanding to even more bigger organizations.
Yeah, great.
Just to get a variety of different folks collaborating in here. And then we've recently launched, or we're getting ready to launch, a really neat part of Tech Alley, which is, it's all about getting the names and the faces and so on, right? It's one thing to know, for me and you to know something that's happening,
Right.
or what someone's doing, but we gotta get everybody outside of our sphere know what's going on.
And that's why we're doing this, right? And that's
Yeah.
why I started the Monday shows. Is our audience is small, but now there's a place everybody can go to on Monday to know what at least everything I could find out and put together in 5 to 10 minutes of what's going on. Now if you choose to go or not, that's on you, but now you can't say you didn't know.
But I'm gonna say we're getting ready to launch an interview or a magazine, Tech Alley magazine. It's called Inside the Alley.
Okay.
And so it's going to have the opportunity to, we still have people that submit stories and talk about, big events and press releases and so on. But an interview piece where people can go up and choose like the questions that they want to answer those questions, and it comes up with the next level of questions and, and so on. And then it creates a magazine cover for them automatically.
Oh, that's awesome.
Sticks it on the top of the page. And then now you have a nice article, a Q&A article written about you that you can now use as a small business to let people know what the heck you're doing and have some history about yourself. And
that's awesome. So is it the same kind of like Rolling Stone style magazine cover?
It is, man.
So for those of you who don't know, if you've come to this, because I don't think we've shown them on here, we've had them in other posts and that kind of stuff. But you started about 2 years ago when you were promoting Tech Alley, doing these Rolling Stone style magazine covers with the speakers and the presenters and all that kind of stuff, and the launch party stuff, and those were really, really fun, stylistically, just really, really fun. That's great that everyone in the ecosystem can go and get their own cover and article to go along with it.
Yeah,
and that's fantastic.
And I wrote the code for it, but funny enough is I used Copilot, so AI, to tell me, all right, how do I do this? And it walked me through the entire process.
I haven't had an original thought in a year and a half. I'm always asking AI how to do stuff.
And so I'm asking it now because, I mean, you know how it goes. We start working on it, and then you just want to keep adding more and more and more and more. I should have stopped last week.
At some point, you have to say it's enough.
Yeah, but I was like, could I make it capture the answer from the last question and then generate its own next question instead of having static questions?
Yeah.
So it's partially done. I don't know if I'm going to abandon that or not.
Well, keep working on that. That's cool. And what I love here is this is what the spirit of Tech Alley is all about, right?
Yeah.
Something doesn't exist that I want to exist.
Yeah.
I'm going to go work. I'm going to go try to figure out how to make it exist. That's very much in the spirit of Tech Alley, right?
Yeah.
It's in the spirit of, like, we have great talks, like the money talks, the entrepreneurship talks are all great, but like Sin City programmers, like people come in and talking about a programming thing or a problem. Demo time that Josh Stacy hosts, right? Like, people are out there actively trying to solve problems, and people are actively out there giving people advice on, hey, have you tried this?
Yeah.
And it's so in the spirit of Tech Alley that you would, instead of just putting a bunch of static questions up on the website, you went and you tried to solve the problem of, and are actively trying to solve the problem of, how do I just go from when they put in their name and who they are to get the website to ask them relevant questions and new questions based on their the answers. That's really cool.
You convinced me. I'm going to finish that part.
All right.
Yeah,
we did it. Not that Josh isn't already busy enough.
But I tell you, you counted up a good point, right? Because well, you know me, everything Brad Feld's book, Startup Community, is like my Bible.
Yeah.
And and that's what Tech Alley was built off of, those same principles, right? There are no patriarchs.
And it should be. I mean, that's how I got an idea of what we were missing here. Is I read Startup Communities.
Yeah, and so one of the things that he says is absolutely necessary for a healthy startup community is that entrepreneurs lead it.
And it has to be. It has to be entrepreneur focused. It has to be founder focused and founder led. Everyone else just supports founders.
And you came up with it right, because it's the founders and the doers that are actually getting stuff done. So those are the people that you want helping to create the stuff. Because
without founders, there's nothing to invest in.
Yeah.
Without founder, there's no businesses to license. Nothing else happens without the founders. It has to be 100%. We talk about this in the Air Force when we're developing tactics, when we're developing systems. We always are talking about Blue 4, right? So in any flight of aircraft, they're either 2 ships or 4 ships, 2 fighters or 4 fighters, right? And we are always designing what we're doing, whether it's a system, whether it's a tactic, whether it's a procedure, whatever it is. It's always so the least experienced guy in the flight, where the Blue 4 can do it.
Okay.
right? With proper training, right? Not just like, oh, I can figure it out on my own, but like we're always, how do we train this? How do we do this? How do we build this so the least experienced guy flying can fully do what it needs to be? And that's the same thing with an ecosystem, right? Everything's got to be focused on the founders.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, the doers. And I look at it, when I pitched Tech Alley, no one thought it was a good idea. I remember talking about how you put together the
which
blueprint.
Is crazy because I heard about it. I was like, this is the best idea I've ever heard.
And which even when I was pitching the blueprint for the ecosystem, it was like, it's impossible, right? You don't have this resource from Silicon Valley. And I just changed the narrative, said, well, let's try to make Silicon Valley like us instead of us being like Silicon Valley, right? What resources do we have? So we don't have these huge investors. But next thing you know, we're surrounded by huge investors and people that are engaging in it.
We have developed enough traction that investors are starting to ask questions about, hey, what's going on in Vegas?
But the doers, like I said, the entrepreneurs are always looking to solve a problem. I'm not saying that I'm anybody. I don't even consider myself a leader of inside this ecosystem. I'm an instigator, if anything. But I look at the same thing. I say, I got this idea. Why don't we do this? Because I think we're missing this. And eventually I'll hear enough nodes. I go, screw it, I'll build it myself.
Yeah.
Fine,
which is exactly what a founder does.
Right? 100%. It's like, screw it, let's just get it done.
And there's enough of that happening here. When that started happening here, now there's enough of that happening here. We're starting to attract a good bit of attention from outside.
I think so too. We still got a lot of there's so much great opportunity now, and I'm starting looking at those different stages of an ecosystem, different stages within this life cycle and so on. And I'm going, all right, are we getting ready for the stage 2? What kind of resources do we need in order to from the lessons I've learned doing Tech Alley in Reno and in Denver and everywhere else, how can we identify which stage we're at and quickly get to the next stage without the struggle that you experience as you're sort of going to that stalemate. So we're piecing some things together and talking to some groups and so on. But ultimately, if we don't capture a lot of the talent and the know-how of the folks coming in from California and Austin and all around the world to be part of the Vegas, Vegas is on fire right now.
Yep.
Not just the summer, but it's on fire now. If we're not capturing that talent and letting it propagate into the regular community here.
Yep.
It's a big loss for us.
People
we need it.
People are building stuff.
Yeah.
Otzi,
100%.
TensorWave. I mean, the list goes on of people who have just said, it doesn't exist. I want it to exist. I don't care what the limitations on the ecosystem are. I'm building it. TensorWave just raised $100 million.
Yeah.
Local Las Vegas company just raised $100 million.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that if you don't build something good, investors won't invest.
100%.
Vegas, right? You can't tell me that anymore.
Yeah. Maybe I'm on the wrong approach here, but I've been trying to ask. I've been asking startups, what's your struggle point? And here's the thing: you can't save money and you can't save talent.
Not anymore.
I want to know what really is preventing you from
It's not
scaling
access to
or whatever, right?
Peter just proved that with TensorWave. It's not access to capital.
And I think my thought process is that people might be looking at it as an excuse, right? I can't move forward without money. Can you? I think you could. You just got to think about, how do you do it?
Look,
right?
it's not easy, but if it were easy, everyone would have an exited startup, and we'd all be billionaires, right?
Yeah.
So.
100%. But anyway, it's exciting times. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. I'm glad there's so many cool folks out here, sharing what what they're doing, their knowledge, and inspiring folks to grow, getting entrepreneurism, getting into technology, and
it's exciting to be a part of, and it's exciting to share it with the rest of the world out there. And I hope every week we do this, I just hope we reach one person on the stream where they're like, oh, that looked cool. I want to go down to that next month.
Heck yeah.
Or I want to come down, like if they caught it in the morning, I want to go down for the afternoon. If we do that once every month, we're far exceeding the expectations for this. So
yeah, and then we record all those videos, so you can always go to the Tech Alley website or the YouTube channel, and you can subscribe and watch some of the sessions that you missed.
You can see all the talks, right?
From here and in and Henderson, and I don't know if I told you, but we're getting ready to announce Tech Alley, New York City.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
We just, signed on a leader in there, so they're gonna host the first event next month, New York City.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. So now we're coast to coast.
That is really exciting.
Yeah.
Because I knew expanding to other cities was always part of the plan, but for New York to see what we're doing, like that's exciting for the tech ecosystem in New York, which is well established.
Yeah.
And certainly doesn't have problems with access to capital or mentoring. I mean, they are a well established, smaller than like Silicon Valley, but a well established ecosystem. For them to see what we're doing here in Las Vegas, and say we want to do something like that is a huge thrill. That is a huge compliment to what you've done here, Josh. Is that the New York City ecosystem has said, we love what you're doing there. We want to do it here.
Well, I can't wait. You know, the leader that's running it, she's phenomenal, and she's already, you know, she's energized and already getting everything all set up for it. And I can't wait to see what she accomplishes. I can't wait to see what we learn, you know, as an organization, and obviously pass it on down to everybody that we can talk to. What we learn from, you know, the city of New York and what, you know, what they're
so
going on.
I guess the question is, when is the Tech Alley National Conference here in Vegas for everyone to come and share lessons and do live streams together and do collabs and all that kind of stuff?
You know, that's one thing that I would love to see happen, and I think that's definitely going to need a lot of partnerships in place to
absolutely.
make it go on.
Yeah, that would be exciting. Is if we had a 2 or 3 day everybody get together, share lessons, have a good time,
capture those lessons,
I can't wait to learn what's working in New York so that we can apply it here.
I
cannot wait. That's going to be exciting.
Well, I'm pumped too. And
we're breaking news. We're breaking news on the live stream.
I don't know if I've announced it yet. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's broken here. Broken. Yeah.
Did you? Well, I know you probably would have.
It's not out of character for Dave to have heard that and set up a bunch of meetings while we were talking.
I saw him on the phone over there. Maybe he was.
It's not out of character. It's not surprising at all. So.
Yeah. Well, cool. Well, hopefully next month I'll have an update for you on that one, and we'll make the the official announcement really soon. But you know, it's great. It's great that people are leveraging the platform.
This might be our interview highlight from when we do Vegas Startup Scene on Monday morning, breaking the news of Tech Alley, New York. So
yeah, very cool. So let me know.
I will.
Hey, there's more people. Hopefully, you can jump on a call or talk with them. But
thanks for the time, Josh.
To see you, man.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Whew. How are we doing? A couple people watching. So, what'd you learn while you were gone? What were you
That we're opening up in New York City?
But we all learned that too. I meant off camera.
I just got some great photos and videos. There's a room that's packed over there. Standing room only. There's like 80 people in a room.
Which room is it?
It's one of the classrooms. Eric's talking. I think it's just a general thing about
Eric Lacasse?
Yeah.
Oh, is he doing his talk now? I thought his talk was later.
He's on a panel.
Oh,
I don't know. Okay. I stepped in.
That might be the UNLV thing.
Yeah, it could be. It's pretty good though.
I love doing this live stream, but I haven't seen a Tech Alley talk in over a year. Now I've been down to Henderson. I've seen some of the talks there, and I've given a talk there, and that's been great. But and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I love doing this. So, but yeah, I kind of have lost the bubble on what's happening over in the meeting rooms.
Well, yeah, and then it's interesting. I'm gonna talk about Josh while he's not here, but
yeah, go ahead.
The New York City piece really starts to connect a couple of things because I went to New York City last year for the first time. And I went with Vets in Tech, and I got to go to one of the Vets in Tech dinners. Mm-hmm. I got to go to one of David Meltzer's dinners, but also because I was there, the senior people at Global Entrepreneurship Congress connected me with some of the movers and shakers.
Yep.
So I got to have my first rooftop meeting, in New York City.
Rooftop New York City
on
rooftop
official
deck
business.
meeting.
Yeah, it was pretty legit. But no, there's lots of different.
Yeah,
stuff
New York
that we
City. Cities back east definitely do roof decks right.
Well, and it's funny because I followed the clues, right? So The Alchemist, I know that one of the most impactful books that Josh has read or talked about is Startup Communities by Brad Feld.
Yep, we just talked about it.
And Brad was one of the keynote speakers with Mark Cuban at Global Entrepreneurship Congress. Yep. I wanted to get to that session. I couldn't do it because I was working on the side quests.
Yep.
But yeah, as soon as you say New York City, it's like, all right, let's see what it looks like.
Let's go.
Go.
I mean, Yankees suck, but
yeah, right.
But
can we say that?
I did. I'm a Red Sox fan, so I will say it. I might start chanting it.
That's fair.
But yeah. So that's
awesome.
That's exciting. I can't wait to see how New York does Tech Alley. Because that's been the really interesting thing about Tech Alley Henderson is they do it just a little bit differently.
Yeah,
there's still talks, there's still networking, there's still meeting, there's still collaboration, all that kind of stuff. But they just do it a little bit differently. They do it like they're in their own community's way.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really cool. So I'm really excited to see how New York does stuff, and if there's stuff we can learn from them.
Yeah, I bet there is.
I have no doubt. I can't wait.
I bet there is.
I can't wait. So looking forward to that.
Now, did you have some people that were coming on today too, or no?
They all, it's always kind of the
Hit or miss?
we'll come by when we're ready to come by kind of thing, because they're off doing their own things at Tech Alley today too.
Yeah.
So I did see Quincy Lee here, from Vegas NFT Vegas, and
Cool.
and then I lost the bubble on her. I wanted to get her sitting in this seat because I wanted her to talk about Vegas NFT and that kind of stuff.
Gotcha.
So if I see her, I might push you out of this chair and wave her.
No,
over.
that's fine. Is that gallery still open? Journey?
Is what?
Yeah, Journey's still an open gallery. Yeah.
It is, yes. That I don't think it's well. It's noon, so they may be just opening up. But James is doing his crypto talk in there
cool.
today. So that's yeah. I don't think they open till noon or maybe 1. But James will be doing his talk in there today. Beautiful venue. We did a Vets and Tech panel in there a while back, if I remember right.
Nice.
Or a veteran entrepreneurship panel a while back, if I remember right. So, yeah. So, and then we're gonna get the lunch line going here in just a second. It looks like I see people registering. I see people getting tickets and getting in line. So
I think we've got a perfect little wind tunnel coming right through
yeah,
here.
this is actually we have a very, I don't know. If
I feel like it's way hotter
I
outside.
think you can kind of see it here. About 15 minutes ago, maybe 20 minutes ago, we started getting this real nice breeze. I don't know if that's an effect of Josh's fan or whatever it is, but it just like it's much cooler and drier under this awning than it was an hour ago. So I actually feel like I have stopped sweating and have like turned the corner and reversed in the other direction. So yes, welcome to Sweat Chat.
Still going to be better than Nashville.
So let's see. I'm gonna see Christy's talking to someone. I know she wanted to come on.
Who's that?
The girl sitting over there at the table.
Oh, gotcha.
So she had talked to me earlier in the week about coming on, or last week.
You want me to see if she wants
Yeah, if you want to see if she's ready to come on, we don't need to do it now. It's a good time to do it. So, by the way, we're here at Taverna Costera at the corner of Charleston and Main in downtown Las Vegas. This is July 2025 Tech Alley. We haven't plugged this since the opening. So, but come on down. You get free lunch if you're registered for Tech Alley. You are open to, you get a free lunch that's supplied by Taverna Costera. They're the great sponsors who put up with all of our nonsense here in their courtyard while we're doing this stream. And what'd she say? She said after food. Okay. So, but yeah, so come on down. There are still 2 rounds. Actually, the first round of talks is still going. That'll be wrapping up in just a couple minutes, although some folks have popped out here and are jumping in the lunch line. But still 2 more rounds of talks coming for Tech Alley today. Lots of great stuff coming. If you're in Las Vegas and you're interested in crypto, drones, NFTs, I don't know, what else? Coding, hardware demos, Okay. Now we are. All right. This is cool. I didn't know we could do this. So I can show Hector's comment on the screen. Dave, Hector Garcia
Oh,
says,
legit.
I'm a DJ in tech as well. How awesome. So I sent back, you would love to connect with him at dave@davemeansbusiness.com.
All right.
And so speaking of that, I don't think we hit that up when we talked to you earlier. Where are other places people can find you and reach you?
So as I'm reorganizing everything right now, I'm steering everything back to the core of it all. DaveMeansBusiness.com.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that's a series of link trees. I don't necessarily need a whole like bio page and all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm just keeping it simple and real with the link tree. That's how you can find all the stuff that I'm working on, all the stuff that I'm doing, all the incredible offers that I have.
Yep. And there are a number that have come out in the last few weeks. So
the one that makes the most sense is the get one, give one. So I'm doing the
tell us about
consulting
that.
accelerator. Well, a lot of times people say, what do you do? And as I've really been in a season of growth and opportunity, I've really reflected back on how did this whole crazy entrepreneur journey begin? And it really came whenever I was part of growing a large company all across the Midwest. So back to books, back to the basics, and back to DaveMeansBusiness.com.
I can't figure out how any of this works. It's like how good that video quality is now.
That's great.
And all these people are here, like sucking up the bandwidth. But before it was like garbage. So I'm gonna have to get a lot better at this. But that's good stuff.
But yeah, so hire Dave for a day. It's actually 2 months, but strategy session, 4-hour intensive accelerator on offer, pricing, marketing channels, direct sales, script, all of it.
Yep.
Really going back to the basics of what helps people move the needle. But I don't want people to worry about like shopping. I don't want to say at the bottom, but like customers are great. I'm really looking for those people that are like B to B to C that can leverage their services across partners and things like that. So helping people understand what that looks like, systems, and then 2 months of coaching to support them in whatever those goals are.
Yep. But the big thing is it's like a whole day in person with you.
Yeah, a half day with me, and then the coaching that supports it. Yeah, and I started the get one, give one, to where if somebody buys that service, I'll do that for them, but I'll also do it for a veteran entrepreneur that they nominate or one that's in our network looking for growth. So
outstanding. Well, for those of you who are joining us again, apologies, we lost the stream. One of the things about being outside in Las Vegas in the summer is sometimes our tech gets a little overheated, so we're gonna keep an eye on that. So probably in about 15 minutes, we're gonna change out those ice packs on the Wi-Fi router and or on the 5G router, and we're doing everything we can to make sure we're bringing you the best possible audio and video quality as we learn about this trade as well.
Pretty good at considering it's. What's the temperature out right now?
Yeah, I don't know what the temperature is, but we're at a little. Our fan went away. We had a little breeze here before. I think the food line might be blocking our.
Oh, we're only at 99.
Yeah.
I thought we were already at like 105.
Nah, we're good. We're good. It's my fault. That was a lesson I learned last summer and just forgot to keep an eye on that. So
I feel like we've done good though. We haven't had to put them on the camera.
No, well, this camera has
year,
a quiet little fan in it, so I've never had to put ice packs in the camera. The old camera the old cameras we used,
and we were upstairs too.
And we were upstairs.
Yeah.
It was a lot hotter.
So much just to get the strat in the background.
Well, I mean that was
good.
That was initially that wasn't like, oh, we really want to be on the roof deck for that.
Yeah,
they were like, can you guys be on the roof deck?
Yeah.
And then we said, okay, well, there's a number of ways we could do this, but we don't want to be directly in the sun.
Yeah.
Because we'll be sunburned in an hour.
Yeah.
And then so that was good. And then we saw, well, we've got this great background. And I do miss this background, but I also do like much better being right here where everybody's kind of coming through. Yeah. And it's easy for people because remember how it was last year? We had to like send people down to find people and bring them up. And now at least we have people passing by saying, hey, what's going on, right?
Great turnout today.
Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody who's watching. I see there's a few out there on the stream watching. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you're getting what you want to see here. Clearly our comments are working, so feel free to leave us comments. And I think Hector has left another comment. I'll be at the meetup soon. So
There it is.
So you can't see this, but
That's great.
that's Hector's comment. So
Uh-oh.
all right. I dig learning new features.
We did it.
We did it. That was like our first legit comment, I think.
That's cool.
Like I've gone back and found people have left comments after the fact, but
What's up? How you been?
Expanding, getting some
What are you working
developers
on?
on
Yeah.
board. Right now, I work in the morning time at a AI software company for tax professionals.
Cool.
But I'm still building NFT Las Vegas, so
Cool.
we just hired on a project lead developer.
Love it.
We're getting some funding for some.
well,
projects that we're
put your
working
butt in this chair and tell us all
on.
about it.
Oh gosh, I'm with a friend right now. I was gonna grab some food with her. Maybe when
Okay.
she sits down.
Okay.
I'll come and
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
We got you.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to Quincy about NFT Las Vegas because I haven't sat down and talked with her in a long
Yeah, right.
time. And I definitely want to get the word out about what she's doing. And they've made a lot of progress. They're hiring people. They've hired, like she said, they've hired a developer. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on with NFT Las Vegas. And with the AI and the cryptocurrency stuff, we've all lost the bubble a little bit on what's going on with NFTs.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been talked about as much. And so I think it's a great opportunity to get caught up on what's going on big picture and then also what's going on with Quincy and NFT Vegas.
Yeah.
And get some people engaged and excited about that. But I know I've been following her Instagram stories and her Instagram posts and lots of amazing stuff going on with NFT Vegas.
That's
So-
great. That's great.
So it's super exciting, just like all the stuff going on around here. Good. Let's see. What else? What else is going on? Well, I am excited to get, Christy's going to come on and talk about her business. I'm excited to get Quincy on. I think Mike is going to come on and talk about Vegas Crypto Group some more.
Nice.
So, and then hopefully we'll get Eric on to kind of fill us in on some AI SEO marketing stuff again. And is there anyone you were trying to get on today?
Not particularly. What's up, man?
Yeah, come on in.
Come on in.
Jump in.
You
You want to
down?
jump in right now? Yeah. You guys want to? Dig, you want to do this one, or
What's up?
you want to jump in? You go ahead and do this one. I'll grab some water and check out a couple things. And
Yeah, right. So much more official. What's up, man?
Things are good. How are you doing?
So good. Welcome
get
to the
this
show. Yeah, we're just here talking about all things Tech Alley, startup scene.
Yeah.
Tell people who you are, what you're excited about, and what you're working on.
Man, so my name is Eric Harris, former senior product manager at Microsoft. Been in the AI space for a while, but then also doing a lot with startups. Done some investing and helping a lot of startups figure out product market fit, problem fit. That's been my area where I like to focus in is if you understand the customer,
Yeah.
and you can do that well, everything else becomes a lot easy. Messaging,
Love that.
marketing, sales, all that becomes a lot easier if you really understand that point. And you don't waste a lot of time. So I think a lot of startups stumble in that space where
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out, they're excited about a product.
Yeah.
They're excited about their problem or the solution rather.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you tie that to the problem?
I had this conversation just the other day. It's like, are you more solution focused or problem focused?
Yes.
The people that have seen a solution and they get really excited about it, they're trying to force that solution onto people that
Yes.
may not need it.
Yep.
And it's really just so you can, but this is the solution.
Yeah.
Where the people that really solve problems,
Yeah.
no matter what happens, people are going to keep coming to them because I know I need this thing, and I heard this guy has that thing.
It's so much easier on messaging, I think, and a lot of times it's I've been a part of a couple of groups where you have
Jason, his way just a little bit.
The problem. Yeah, there's a problem fit, and so we have this thing called 100 Challenge, one of the groups, Fusion 42, that I'm part of, and we help a lot of founders think about getting back to the basics. AI has disrupted this in a not great way, where a lot of people spend time asking AI questions, and that's helpful. But I think going to the real user, understanding their pain point, how are they solving the problem, those things are really important. That's something that within this space, like Tech Alley does a lot. You bring a lot of experts in, and they have these conversations about different points to help people understand how to connect those dots and do those things. So that's been really helpful to see that. Yeah.
Love it. And you were speaking just earlier. So tell us about what that session was. What were the big takeaways from there?
Good point there. So we were talking about AI and how AI is really impacting marketing, how people are using it to understand their customer persona and things of that nature, and the evolution of SEO and AI as well. And AI search is starting to become a big thing that people are like, wait, this is a real thing. This is happening. It is. And how do you get ready for that as a small business amongst everything else that we already have to do and tackle as founders or startups? And so that's one of the things we were discussing, and some of the strategies around that. Don't blindly trust AI. A lot of people do that. They'll put a prompt in and they'll get something back and they'll just take it and copy and paste it. It's like, no, like put some logic in there, ask questions, be curious still. And at the end of the day, still, the humans are still buying. So how do you infuse that data with real human-centric data to understand, is this really a good signal that I should be paying attention to?
Love it. So for you, I know you can get a lot more niche and a lot more specific. What's the I guess the ideal person that you're working with right now, or who are the people that are going to benefit the most from working directly with you?
It's a good question. So I have a couple of startups that are in my portfolio now where we're going through product market fit, where we're actually, they've been in market, they got money, they have advertising, they have product sales, but they quite haven't hit that traction. And they're like, and it's a struggle. And it's a grind. And so the thing is, okay, well, understanding, is your messaging clear? Do you even know what your product is? And it's not what you say it is, it's what your customers say your product is. What is the problem that you're trying to solve? How do you get clear on that messaging? So startups in that they're generating revenue typically is where I prefer to be, because they have a pain point where they have something that's been validated in some degree. Somebody's been paying for it, but they haven't quite hit that traction where the market's demanding that product to come to them. So focus on that space. Outside of that, I do a lot of talks here and other places where just helping people be aware of, hey, don't run into the hurdles or don't run into the challenges that other people have run into, where they're too focused, to your point, on the solution. They love their solution, and they don't understand the problem. So that's the space. And I got a question about you, man. So you all, I've seen this kind of grow into something more, this podcast and this. What led you down this path of doing this, and why in Vegas?
Well, so Jason's been running this live broadcast here we've been doing it for over a year now. How long?
It's been a while.
We started in May of 2024.
Awesome.
So Jason's original podcast, the leaders mindset, is more interviewing the leaders, but the more we've become involved in the startup culture, startup ecosystem, we just want to continue to be that voice. Even if all we do is just broadcast from here, we're finding new people, pulling new people in. As we grow, not just in this network here in this community, we're also part of a larger national community through Vets and Tech. So how can we piggyback and kind of connect all these different stories? How does everything flow back through Vegas? Like everybody, where are you from originally?
North Carolina.
Okay. And how long have you been here, and how long have you been working on stuff here in Las Vegas?
And about 2 years.
And then, so for that, you've probably seen a lot of things that have worked well. What are some things that you see to be the biggest challenges in the ecosystem, and what are things that you've seen maybe in other ecosystems that we could learn from?
Absolutely, good question. And part of that is in this ecosystem specifically, the industries that drive Vegas do typically control how the money is in the focus of those industries. So this is still
or how the money controls the focus of what works and what doesn't.
Totally does. You have gaming and hospitality are the two biggest industries here. So what industries support that? That's one of the weirdest things about the ecosystem here is I haven't seen they're trying to bring gaming but entertainment and that type of gaming in. And then you have the different sports teams coming in as well. So I've seen that kind of grow. But a lot of tech's been still focused on things that this ecosystem doesn't quite support. And that becomes a big play where are you working within your ecosystem, or are you trying to bring a new ecosystem in? So that can be a challenge. I've seen other things where they focus on how do you grow the startups, get a couple quick wins with a couple of founders and things like that. And that shows the momentum of the ecosystem. what Jocelyn has done with Tech Alley here now, and the one in Henderson, kind of growing that across the state as well. Connecting the dots. Now you have UNLV. I was trying to figure out when that connection was going to happen, and then finally, like, you see that coming in. And those type of players where you have ecosystem players, industry players now participating, that pushes the envelope for it. Makes it a lot easier for a lot of the startups that do have good ideas to get that traction and land that within the industry. Because again, who they're going to be working with, industry players. So I see that going well. And what you all are doing now, connecting the voice, making that voice heard, and doing that on a level where now this is becoming archived in a way where I mean that repetition is happening. That SEO, AI, all that stuff, just taking that and echoing it out helps to bring other people in. And Vegas draws what, millions of people a year across the world. So you're now helping that content tell the story and bring eyeballs here, which then thus helps the people in the ecosystem grow as well. So I think those things are all there.
No, I'm looking forward to it because, and I think that's the thing, consistency does matter. I remember the first few summers of this, there would be 20 people here because it's so hot, but now there's
I mean, on average, about 100 or so people that come in.
Well
every
over
other
100,
Saturday.
200. There's probably 200 people today.
And it grows, and that's
great,
awesome to see. Awesome to see.
And I think, well, then seeing how it works in other communities, what I've learned is, like, for every person that comes here, they're coming from a community where there's a whole ecosystem connected. So, like, I'm going to Nashville next week, even though it's for to celebrate somebody else. Like, Nashville is a huge part of my story, even coming to Las Vegas. I was in and out of Nashville 20 times, and that's part of the reason why we actually brought a lot of veteran entrepreneurship stuff here, was a conversation I had with a guy in Nashville back in 2017. So it all connects. It all connects. And I think as long as we have something that's consistent here, more and more people are finding us. Because somebody might be going to Vegas like, hey, I'm going to be in Vegas.
I'll be there over the weekend.
And they're like, oh, well, this just happens to be Tech Alley weekend. You should go by there. Or I love it when people say, oh, you absolutely have to connect with so-and-so. I get random connections all the time where people are like, hey, I'm coming from New York City. There's somebody that told me I need to meet you. I'm going to be in Vegas for 3 days for whatever. And I'm like, cool.
And that's one of the benefits, I think, about the ecosystem that I definitely would say we should play on is the fact that people are coming here for other things. And this can be a definite piece of that. And so that consistency does play well in that.
Came for the strip, stayed for the ecosystem. Right.
And that builds it up, and you bring that wealth coming back into it.
No, I think
awesome.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, and I know there's been some conflict we'll call it at the top. A lot of the big decisions that do get made do have to do with big hospitality and big commerce of people coming through. It's like, but if we can plant the seed to keep them here at all, it's not just how many dollars do they spend the 2 times they come a year. It's how many big things can they bring to generate $2 million of something in time.
Bringing that creating a new ecosystem. Absolutely. Now, this is awesome. So what do you all see as the next things?
Well, I mean, a lot of my energy shifts to Global Entrepreneurship Week because that's even though that's in November, like I just came out of hosting 7 events for Freedom Week last week. Which was all to celebrate veteran entrepreneurship. Now, Global Entrepreneurship Week, it comes to the time where we start really starting some of those small fires now. That will lead to that big spark in November. So that's the big focus for me. But it's also showing up and supporting all of these other parts of the ecosystem and figuring out now how can I connect them to larger resources. Doing a lot of work with the Governor's Office of Economic Development, specifically the Office of Entrepreneurship. So really excited about that. And then now I'm connecting the dots and interlocking cities from Tulsa, Austin, Atlanta, and Philadelphia.
Wow.
So all of that stuff starts parlaying through here.
That's awesome. So what do you all need help in? Where can someone step in and give support or resources, et cetera?
I mean, the biggest part is we definitely want to connect through Jason and get this is just that kind of small voice that's live every Tech Alley, but he's got a great podcast that he's building on getting those people to the those voices heard about as far as and keeping everybody in the know what's going on, but also showing up, supporting the organizations here. There's a lot of people that want to help. But like, what does help look like? Sponsors, partners, all those things. That's all the conversations that we've got to have now if we're going to keep taking this into the next level.
And naturally,
One of the biggest ways, in addition to this, what's happening in the ecosystem.
And is that local?
It's local,
Okay.
The Vegas tech ecosystem. 5 to 10 minutes. the news that's going on, who's raising money, who's,
really?
who's closed around,
Okay.
who started a company, who's exited, and we know that's going on. We don't have all the information.
Sure.
So any news you've got,
Okay.
please send it my way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Get it in, and then, yeah, we'd love to interview you for Leaders Mindset. Anyone who's got a story to tell, we'd love to either interview them here on a Tech Alley Saturday.
Awesome. Yeah.
Or get a couple long interview on either podcast.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, absolutely,
it's-
yeah.
It's all about the whole goal here is the Vegas Tech ecosystem, break down the silos, get everybody to know about everybody's stuff, get everybody to show up to everybody's stuff,
Yep.
just like in other
Yeah.
ecosystems, and get everybody to talk about look at the cool thing that they're doing over there.
Yes. Yeah. No, that makes sense. And what
Peter Tomasic raised $100 million for TensorWave. And
that's true.
nobody
Yes.
knew about
Yeah.
it.
And that was one. And that's one of the things that's
We should all
interesting.
be screaming about that.
Yeah.
And it's the win. But it's the voice. It's the voice. Having that voice and knowing that you can actually have that ecosystem kind of promote that for you. It's something. And so this is a leading into that. Like you're becoming that voice, which is awesome to do that because it's so needed. And like I said, when Peter did, I got a ping from another friend of mine. He said, "Hey, did you see this?" And I'm like, "No. Wait. When did that happen?" And it's not the first time he's raised money. So that's the Series A that he just closed. And I'm like, dude.
Biggest Series 8 ever closed
In
our
the
ecosystem.
yes, and I'm like,
no one's talking
Yeah.
about it.
and it's a huge thing because it's also enabling AI and enabling a lot of startups to get access to models at a rate where they can actually use it for training. Like that's huge. But where does that voice come from? So I see this as a really big play in that.
That's what we're trying to
Yeah.
do with this live stream
Okay.
this month and the Monday rundowns is here's the stuff I know about that I think you should know about. Let's all celebrate each other's wins.
Yeah.
Let's point at all the cool things that are going on, and if we're let's either collaborate or maybe we're competing with each other. But at the end of the day, let's all
The ecosystem grows. Yeah. Yeah.
And let's all talk about the cool things that are going on. Whether
Yep.
that's a catalyst to collaborate or a catalyst to compete. I'm good either way.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's still competition always breeds innovation. So that's one way to do it.
I would love it if somebody came along and said, I can do that better. I can do that better than you're doing.
Then do it.
Yeah,
Do it.
let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's again one of the other benefits of Tech Alley is bringing like-minded individuals that do care about the ecosystem together to see how can we push this ecosystem to become something. They want to say the next Silicon Valley. I might not just be Vegas. Like be good at being Vegas. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And let it.
Let's
Yeah.
attract a lot of attention from the ecosystem.
Yep.
And get people to come say, oh, you guys are doing some cool stuff.
Utah's not too far away.
There we go.
We broke it this morning. Josh had told me.
Yeah.
Tech Alley.
It's in Utah.
New York.
Yeah. Oh, in New York.
Yeah, he just opened one in New York.
Really?
New York wants to do Tech Alley.
Well, okay. Wow.
There's a community organizer who's going to do Tech Alley in New York.
That's awesome.
huge.
That is awesome. Yeah, yeah. And it's like, look at where it started. Like, humble beginnings, but it's not. That's a value add for sure. So that is.
New York sees that we're doing great stuff in our ecosystem.
Let's go global. Let's go. Okay, right?
I'll let you do that. I will ride the wave with you and help where I can. Global is a bit. That's a bit. Speaking other languages, timing. That that's.
Yeah.
That would be huge in and of itself as well.
Well, and I'll say this, and maybe this is a bold statement. We're already global.
Well,
we just need to catch up to ourselves.
That's true. Because of the fact that the people that come into Vegas, it should not be that difficult to be global. Yeah.
We already are global. We just need to learn how to leverage it for this
We just
ecosystem.
need them to know, hey, we got other stuff you're interested in
Yeah.
besides casinos.
Yes, absolutely. And the telling that in a good way will be impactful. So that's awesome. Now this is really cool. I've seen this come around. I've seen what you're all doing, and I think being able to understand how you all, I would say, fit. This is a product marketing term. Fit into the user journey of a startup founder in this ecosystem might be something that of value as well in helping them understand. Yeah, when is it important to actually get my information out there?
Yep.
How do I tell my story? Why is it important to do that? How do you get leaders? That's one of the things that'd be really cool. Get some state leaders coming in and actually have some conversations as well.
Ooh.
What are they doing on their level to help this? People don't know. People don't know what's available. Go is doing a lot of stuff. Shaq could be a good resource for that.
Well,
as well.
I'll say this because this happened. So last week we hosted Freedom Week, which was a
Yes.
week to celebrate veteran entrepreneurs.
Yep.
Shaq never gets to come on camera, but he very much because they have a lot of communication stuff that they
Okay.
have to be able to be on par with because he's
yeah.
representing the
Yeah.
state rules.
Yes,
But for the last several months, he's been getting approval on what he absolutely can say.
Awesome.
And he's on one of our interviews for
Really?
one of the events because we
Good.
did a mini docu-series about veteran entrepreneurship.
Okay.
We had a full film crew, and I just prompted him on a few things, and he just went off, and I was like, I was like, it's about to be on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
about
nah,
to be on.
That is awesome. Yeah, he's such a huge resource, and I think that's one of the things. Like when you have those relationships and connections, it does make it a lot easier.
Yep.
For an ecosystem to grow because everybody's connected in some capacity. So, no, you all are doing an awesome job, man. All right, I will let you have your seat back.
I'm gonna give the throne back to Jason.
Absolutely. No, thanks for having me on. Keep doing it.
Pull this in a little tighter, and then can you rotate that camera back towards me a little bit? Pull the microphone in a little tight and chair in a little tighter here. We'll be a little more centered, and that's perfect. I love it. Well, I don't know where you guys are, but if you are outdoors in Las Vegas today, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. It's not as hot as I've ever seen it here, but it's definitely pulling the water out of you. So, what is going on? What is going on? So we are in the middle of lunch here at Tech Alley, Taverna Costera, the amazing sponsors who provide the venue for us and provide coffee and water and lunch for everyone who attends. It's all free. Everything about Tech Alley is free. So if you're thinking about coming down to Tech Alley and you're saying, I don't know if I'm going to go, what does it cost? He hasn't talked about what does it cost to go to Tech Alley. It costs nothing. Come on down. It's all free. All the talks, lunch, coffee, water, the networking, it's all 100% for free. And I believe the plan is to always keep it that way. So yeah, we are at Taverna Costera, corner of Charleston and Main in downtown Las Vegas. All the activities happening in the buildings around us. So we've already had a number of great tech talks. There was a panel going on with some folks earlier. They did the Who's Got My Money. I'm trying to think of what else is going on. We had James on earlier. He's going to have his crypto talk. Eric Lacasse is going to do his SEO and AI marketing talk. I could probably grab my phone and tell you what's actually going on. Let me do that. Rather than guess, why don't I just tell you what's going on? Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you want to see? If anybody's a Seinfeld fan out there, that'll ring true to you in a bit. All right. Okay, that one doesn't have the agenda on it. Let's see. All right, so this morning's talks, we had Who's Got My Money? Innovation Essentials. That was the UNLV thing. Agile NV. Las Vegas AI meetup. That's probably the thing Eric was doing. And then Caleb Green, the startup attorney, was giving people legal advice or advice on their startup. I don't think we can actually say he was giving them legal advice, so I want to be really careful about that. Let's see. Coming up, 1:15. That is about half an hour from now. The second round of talks is going to start. And that second round of talks is going to, instead of demo time, it's going to be Mastering First Principles with Josh Stacy. So Josh is a big tech guy helping people build their tech businesses, and he's going to kind of help people work through the first principles of setting up your tech company and setting up your technology. Victory will be doing the drones talk. We had Victory on here a couple of months ago, celebrating the success of his company, Arrow AI. Jackson Wright will be doing social marketing talk in Suite 155. Valerie Kenna in Suite 145 doing user experience and product design. Always a big topic. That's a really great one. I wish I could go to that. And then the Las Vegas Python meetup is going to be with Adam Englander in the Journey Gallery. Again, the Journey Gallery is beautiful. It's right across from Taverna Costera. It's right behind this camera that you guys are looking through us at. So if you haven't been to the Journey Gallery, you come down, see some amazing NFT art in the Journey Gallery. I believe they open at noon. I don't know if they're open every day, but on Saturdays they open at noon, and I think they're open now. So come on down if you're going to check out Tech Alley, check out the Journey Gallery, or if you're just going to be in downtown Las Vegas in the Arts District, check out the Journey Gallery. And then the 2:45 round of talks is going to be Tech Alley Youth Hour with Lee Jackson, showing off and highlighting youth entrepreneurs in Las Vegas. Eric will be doing his talk. This is usually the SEO talk, but now this talk is called Google is just not that into you. And he's going to be talking about the changes that have occurred with search in the last couple of months. Now with AI getting integrated more into search on Google, and how search is changing, and how you may want to reassess how your website is done, how your social media is done, how you're doing your business to make sure that you are showing up in search, whether that is through a search engine or from an AI model. Let's see. What else have we got? Sin City developers in Suite 155. And then in that last round of talk, James Roop will be doing his blockchain self-custody talk back in the Journey Gallery. So that's what's coming up this afternoon. Lots of great stuff. If you're in Las Vegas and you're interested in any of that, come on down. We would love to see you down here. Like I said, you've got about 20, 30 minutes to get down here if you still want to grab lunch. If you're not interested in lunch, just come on down for the afternoon talks. Really easy to get to, really easy to park. Downtown Las Vegas corner in Charleston, Maine. Thanks again to Taverna Costera, who is our big partner, our big sponsor here, who takes care of giving us a place to do all this, a place to meet and do the networking, coffee, water, free lunch for everybody who attends Tech Alley. So whew, that was a lot of talking all at once. I need to take a little break. All right, let me check some stuff with the tech here, make sure things are going okay. Again, apologies for our interruption earlier with the heat on our internet router. I think we've got that worked out. We're trying to keep it cool now. We're going to keep an eye on that. So that is what's going on. We're going to keep talking to people and finding out what's going on here at Tech Alley. So. Let me check how our stream quality is doing. It's always just bear with me, hang in there. Let's check this. All right, that's okay. Let's jump on here. See how we're doing here. What is the chat? All right. Yep. Nope. Stream is looking good. Stream is looking good. So do that. Yeah. So what's good? What'd you find out there? I just did the rundown of the afternoon schedule and
Just grabbed a little snack.
oh, grab a little,
Getting a little
lunch.
dizzy.
How was what was for lunch today?
They had some. They always have some Mediterranean delight.
It's usually a Mediterranean style thing. So
it was very light and powerful. I think your friend's coming. What's her name?
Okay, Christy.
Christy.
I think they might be getting lunch.
Oh, I think they already did.
I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, Antoine. What's up, man? How are you? Good. How are you?
That's good to see you.
Good to see you. Do you come to this a lot?
I'm supposed to speak
Oh, cool.
for Johnson.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
For
that's
marketing
perfect.
stuff.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love
awesome.
that. Have you met
Good.
Antoine?
No, I don't think so, Jason. Nice to meet you.
Love it. Did you already eat?
Yeah.
You wanna jump on for a second and talk about your session?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool.
Jump on in.
I'll take care of it.
So Antoine's going to jump on with us here in just a second. Tell us what we can expect in the marketing session coming up in just a few minutes. So.
I met Antoine at Oasis at one of the car club things.
Okay, cool.
He's got a lot
All right.
of expertise in the.
Pull in a little closer to that microphone for me.
Sure. How we doing?
All right, Antoine, thanks for joining us.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
what brings
thanks
you
for
down
having
to Tech Alley today?
me. So good friend of mine.
There we go. Are we good now? All
Yeah,
right.
there you
So
go.
a good friend of mine, Jackson, usually
Mhm.
speaks here.
Yep.
Mostly about like social media and how to scale your business with
Mhm.
social media, etc. So the last time he travels with Bill Walsh a lot. So
Yep.
a lot of
Mhm.
the times, it's like calls me up and I'm like, I don't know, man. That's not really, so I came last time and he needed a cover and I
Okay.
had a blast. And it was a really good time. It was a great
Yeah.
group of individuals. And what I mostly speak about is sales funnels, how to scale your
Okay.
business with sales funnels, how to align your offers in a way that actually engage with the marketplace, increase the lifetime value of the clients. And I do that for a lot of big name companies, corporations,
Okay.
different celebrity entrepreneurs. So what better way to come down here, talk at Tech Alley, and share some of the expertise.
So you're getting ready to start your talk in about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, in about 20 minutes.
So-
1:15.
Yeah. So can you give us a little preview of
Sure.
what we're going to see in the talk? That way, some folks who might be watching at home can
Absolutely.
decide if they're going to come on down and see your talk.
So if you're gonna come on down here next couple minutes, leave now.
Yeah, leave now. But
What I'm gonna be teaching you guys about is sales funnels, the top 8-figure sales funnels that different entrepreneurs are using
Okay.
in specific different service-based businesses. So if you need phone calls for your business, if you're scaling your business with a sales team, if you sell a high-ticket product, you're gonna want to tune into this. If you have a product-based business, I'm going to touch a little bit about on how different industry leaders scale through their products and
Okay.
how they structure some of that in order to get you to buy multiple things. I'm sure if you guys have been online and you're buying stuff and you kind of get caught up in the psychology of
other people also bought.
exactly. Other people also bought this and that and the third. And
Fortunately for me, I don't care what other people think. So
yeah, well, if you're into supplements and stuff like that, a lot of these systems and processes are used on the supplement side, and different tactics to get you to buy multiple things and more
Yep.
than one thing, right? So it's all about
free shipping
Yeah,
over $50. It works on me. That works on me.
free shipping over 50
Yeah.
bucks. Double up your order of something
Yep.
that you
Yep.
typically would buy more of, right? We'll kind of go into what value ladders are for your business
Okay.
and how to structure some of those so that the pricing of your offers makes sense for the general marketplace. Some people, they come in like, yeah, I got a $10,000 offer. Well, if they can't afford that, what happens?
Yep.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, that's
So we're going to talk about that
we're
today.
talking
What-
about that
what
today.
happens,
We're gonna
right?
figure out what
do
happens.
we do?
What do you do, and what are the systems and processes to put in place for that? So
Cool. So how long have you been in Vegas?
I've been in Vegas for the better of 3 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. What
So-
brought you here?
Business, really. I'm an East Coast guy, so New Jersey is where I'm
Okay.
from. But Vegas, the budding entrepreneurial scene, if you will.
Yeah.
And if you look at a lot of the industry leaders, especially out here in like the education space or consulting space, etc., it's a lot of older demographic, and so there's a lot of opportunity in the up and coming
I agree.
entrepreneurial scene here.
Absolutely, I agree. So, yeah, it's we've struggled with our ecosystem for a number of years now, and things now that we're getting that new blood, that new energy, that new attitude of I don't have to take everything for myself. I can collaborate. I can compete. I can do there's opportunities being viewed in a different way now, and it's really starting to blow up our ecosystem.
It is, and the mindset out here is a lot different than even East Coast. Is even more of an old school mindset.
Absolutely, yeah.
Than you're gonna find out on the West Coast. So I'll tell you, a lot of the businesses that I see scaling are a lot of the companies who are embracing the change, embracing like the new opportunities with tech, with AI, with scaling with different types of systems and processes, and really the businesses that are not taking advantage of it
Yep.
are starting to feel the heat from that.
Yep.
So I get more mom and pop business calls than I ever have before, because it's seeping down to the ground level that hey,
That's cool.
things are changing and I got to change with the winds. Get my
That's
sail
cool.
up.
Yeah. So what's some of the tech you're excited about?
I just acquired an AI company.
Okay.
And so like you ever see these commercials for like Jeep and the big car commercials and stuff like that. Veteran commercials for like different associations and stuff like that.
Yep.
We've been completely able to take, let's say, a $250,000 budgeted
production and scale it down to about 15 grand.
That's great.
All with AI.
Yeah.
So if I was to show you some of these videos, I mean, like some of them are parody. You know, I made a parody Jeep commercial, and you know, we're pitching it to different dealerships. You know, that want to get on board, that want to, you know, advertise.
Right.
But that advertising expense just to get the ad is so astronomical. You know, how do you streamline that for different businesses, right? Especially rural businesses.
So more high quality ad spots for local businesses.
Sure. Well, giving them a place to compete.
Yeah.
Right. So if you didn't have the budget, you couldn't compete.
Right.
Well, now you're getting tools and systems and processes where you can compete, even if you don't have the budget.
That's cool. Is that what you're getting asked about a lot from mom and pop businesses? Or?
Yeah. How to structure the systems and processes in a way that like will conduce more phone calls, right? More people to come into the brick and mortar business.
Awesome.
And there's totally ways to do it, and you know, and they work, right? Like, if I have a corporation typically comes to us and says they want to spend $100,000 the first month in their advertising spend, well, I can't really gamble on that money, right?
Right.
Or I'm not wanting to gamble on that money. I want to use a system and process that I know is going to convert at a particular percentage. And so, like, what are those systems and processes? Like, that's what we're going to be talking about today in today's class.
Cool. That's exciting. What other tech has caught your eye?
Aside from the AI tech, I would say really in the back end automation space of like being able to automate and offset a lot of the things that we'd have to do manually with our systems and processes in our business, right? Because that's really mainly where I'm focused. How do we do more by doing less?
Yep.
Right. And really a lot of people, they come up to that ideology of like, how do I get paid more by doing less? Right. And they feel like they're taking something from themselves or someone else. But in today's day and age with the expanding technology, you have to think that way. Why? Because the marketplace is thinking that way.
You got to get over that.
You need to get over it. Right. And it's not about you not delivering value because you're using some piece of tech. It's about how's that tech changing the value of what you bring.
How's that tech enabling you and enhancing what you do, right?
Exactly. And if you can put your eye towards that, you'll find the diamond in the rough, right?
Well, thanks for coming out to Tech Alley. Thanks for doing Jackson's Talk
Thank you
twice in a
for
row.
having me. I'm gonna convince Jackson that he doesn't need to do this anymore.
He doesn't need to do this anymore, and you're just gonna. We're all for it. We're here for it. So
I'm gonna tell him he's got to come bunker up with me and do a dual talk.
Something. All right.
Or we need another spot.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, man.
Appreciate you guys. See you at class.
Woo. How are we doing on time? How are we doing on? Whew. How you doing? Huh. Yeah. It's actually not so bad. We are getting a nice breeze through here. It just kind of died down for a minute. And then the biggest thing is we just got to keep the internet cool. Other than that, everything's working great. So see you. Good to see you. All right. Well, it is just about 1 o'clock. We are getting ready for the next round of talks here. So you heard Antoine's going to be doing the marketing talk in place of Jackson Wright. So let's see, what else have we got cooking? So, are you ready? Come on, have a seat. I'm going to pull this a little closer. Everyone pulls it away when they get out of the chair.
Okay.
So let me make sure. Let's pull that a little closer. Now we're a little more centered. So everybody, this is my friend Christy. We met a couple of months ago.
Hi, everyone.
Christy Cummings, right?
That is correct.
That's right. So she's going to tell us all about your business.
So my business is Bab Fitness. Bab stands for Boss Ass Babes. So it's originally directed towards women empowerment. I do have booty bands that I make as well.
Did you bring any with you?
I did not.
Okay.
Not this time.
Well, they can find them on your Instagram, though.
Yes, you can go to www.babfitness.com, and they are available for purchase on Shopify.
Awesome. So how did you get started in fitness, and how did you get started in this business?
Well, I've always been very like athletic throughout my life. Like I started with baseball in middle school, and I was the only middle schooler on a high school team. So I took strength training pretty serious because I wanted to be as strong as the high schoolers that I was playing with. And then from there, I enjoyed strength training so much that when I got into high school, I joined the weightlifting class. I was the only girl in my class, but I loved it. And when I graduated high school and joined the military, it really like tested my limits and my ability to grow muscle mass. And I pressed past my own expectations actually. And when I got out of the Army, I decided to pursue personal training as my career and profession. And I'm absolutely passionate about helping people, you know, be their best selves and feel good in their bodies.
Yeah, you absolutely are. And we've had a number of conversations like that. You've really helped me on my journey as well. So,
Yeah. How are you enjoying the first form?
I am. It's great. It's great. It's I actually have ordered my second round of it, and I'm on a subscription now. But yeah, I think the creatine and the protein is really helping with what I'm doing. So
Well, I can't wait to see the results.
yeah. So yeah, you got out of the Army. You started personal training. You came to Las Vegas about 5 years ago, right? So what brought you to Las Vegas?
What brought me to Las Vegas? Well, originally when I got out of the military, I came to California. I packed up my house in South Carolina. I came to California to pursue acting and to go to college for my personal training. I realized that I could just get my personal training through a certificate, so I went that route instead, and I worked for a casting agency. I ended up not being able to like meet my economic requirements at the time. So
In LA, which is huge surprise. LA is expensive, right?
yeah, LA is completely different from South Carolina. So
Yeah, absolutely.
I ended up packing up and coming to Las Vegas because it made more sense economically, and this has been my home base for 6 years now.
Okay. What was it like working for a casting agency? What did you learn in that experience?
Working for a casting agency is a lot of fun and a lot of chaos. I was pretty much like the administrative portion, and then I would also sit in on the auditions and help the casting directors make their decisions on what to do with the auditioners coming in.
Okay.
We offered a bunch of different classes, which I had access to, that are a lot of fun. You know, from photo shoots to improv to just building characters and different things like that.
That's cool.
Working for a casting agency was a lot of fun.
Did you find a lot of people coming in for casting who could use a personal trainer?
Yes, well, if you want to do certain roles, you have to be able to like manipulate your body composition. So I would say that it does play into that. Yes.
Absolutely. So you have a particular focus with what you like to help women with their bodies.
Yes.
So tell us about that.
So I like to help women build their glutes because I think that it's very important for the female biology to have strong, healthy hip foundation, and your glute muscles are a big support for the skeletal hip system. So
Why is that so important for women?
well, it's where we have our reproductive organs, and that's probably one of like the most precious and important parts of our bodies, reproductive, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like to help women build their glutes, have a nice strong foundation for their hips.
Yeah, that's like for guys it's core, right? And that's something I've learned on my journey is, you can work out your chest and you can work out your arms all you want, but if you're not working out your core, you're going to struggle with the rest of it, right?
Yes,
So
carrying that extra weight can really hold you down.
So for women, this is kind of like the same thing, right? It's you got to get those hips and you've got to get those glutes in to have that really strong foundation for the rest of your fitness goals. Am I getting that right?
Yes, yes.
So awesome. So you are not just helping women develop their bodies into strong and healthy bodies. You're also really passionate about helping women develop their personal wealth as well.
Yes, I do have health and wealth events because I think that health and wealth kind of work together. If you have a healthy like state of mind and a healthy body, usually that would attract like more wealthy opportunities and more wealthy connections around you as well. And the more money you have, the more you can do to like serve the community.
Yep. So you have an event coming up in August, I believe, right?
Yes, the health and wealth event.
The health and wealth event. So tell us what these young women can expect if they tell them why they should come, and then tell them what they can expect when they get there.
Yes, so my health and wealth event, it lasts for about 2 hours. For the first portion, we focus on health. So I guide all of the ladies through a booty band exercise. Once we finish the exercise, I introduce the ladies to the First Form brand that I am partnered with, and I give them protein and creatine for their recovery. And then we just go into conversations about building wealth through like assets, I'm sorry. And making sure that you get rid of your debt, building your assets up, cryptocurrency, stocks, different things like that.
Yep. Yeah, because you over the last couple of years have gotten into cryptocurrency. So what's some of the lessons for our audience out there? What do you want people to know about crypto, and what should they know, and what should they be looking into?
Okay, so I've been around people that have been, pouring crypto information into me for years. I actually started pursuing it for myself this year, January. I decided 2025 was going to be the year that I started taking assets more seriously, because it's just a huge security to invest in assets and not just have free money like laying around, or a car that naturally degrades in value.
There's no return on cash you're holding in your pocket.
Yeah, you want your money to make money for you, and that's what cryptocurrency will do for you. Over time, it's only going to compound and go up in value.
Do you remember what the first crypto you bought was?
The very first crypto I invested in was Bitcoin.
Okay. And you still holding Bitcoin now?
Yes.
Do you have a tip? Do you have a tip for everybody watching a crypto they should get involved in?
I mean, honestly, my favorite crypto has been Sui.
Okay.
Mostly because my money has doubled.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, and if it doesn't stay doubled, like, it's the most profitable one I've invested in.
What is the abbreviation for that?
SUI.
SUI. So go check it out. Just like we were talking to James before, do your research, do your homework, understand it, ask questions. You can ask. I mean, I'm not a great person to ask questions. You connect with James, you can connect with Christy about crypto and ask them good questions. I'm about this deep into crypto, so I'm still learning as well.
Yeah.
So, what are other assets you're excited about besides crypto?
Well, the next assets I really want to start learning more about is stocks.
Okay.
I kind of get the idea, but I know that it's like investing in crypto, but it's in a company instead.
Yeah, it's just like crypto, right? There's the value of it today and what you think the value of it's going to be in the future, and then but unlike crypto, you look at different things with a stock to try to determine, try to outsmart everybody else and find companies that are cheap to buy but have a high value, either have a high value now, or cheap to buy and will have a high value in the future.
Yeah, it's
So,
like gambling.
it is.
But with
It's
strategy.
There's risk associated with every investment. I'm not a financial planner, so I'm not required to say that. But since we're talking about this, we're not giving any legal advice, and there's risk associated with everybody in any investment, and we're not giving you any investment advice here. So.
Yeah, and then other than that, I would like to learn more about the ins and outs of real estate investing as well, because I did some research, and other than cryptocurrency, that's like the other best asset to have.
All about assets in real estate, right?
Yes.
They're actual physical assets that you can point to and touch. So
Yes.
So very good. So you got the. Do you have a date and a place yet for your health and wealth event?
For the health and wealth event in August, it hasn't been pinpointed the date or place quite yet.
Okay.
Because I'm working on acquiring a different venue.
Okay.
And I'm talking to a few different hosts right now.
All right. Well, let us know when you have that worked out. We'll throw that into the Monday show, the Vegas Startup Scene show, and we'll let everyone know where they can. When that is scheduled, date, time, and place, we'll let everyone know.
Okay.
Is there anything we didn't cover? Is there anything you want to leave us with before you go?
Find me on Instagram. I'm Miss Bab Fit, and if you want to check out my booty bands, the Shopify link is in my bio.
They are really super cute. In addition to being very effective, they're very super cute.
Yes,
So,
and machine washable.
well, I didn't know that, but there you go. So, all right, Christy, thank you for joining us today. It was a pleasure to see you.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about what's going on with the scavenger hunt before we go.
I don't know a lot about the scavenger
Oh,
hunt.
you're
That's
just-
Mike's MO.
That's Mike's MO. So, what are you doing over at the Vegas Crypto Group table over there?
Over at the Vegas Crypto Group table, my primary mission is to get everyone to scan the QR code so that
Okay.
you can receive updates on different events that the crypto community is having, and also, it's just a resource hub, like for the local restaurants, small business owners, you know, anything that you could need, like financial advisors and people to help you with your taxes and your startups, your branding, different things like that. It's all accessible to you on
Awesome.
that hub.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, it's Miss Bab Fit on
Yes.
Instagram. Colorful, very, very, very vibrant. You have great stories every day showing your workouts and a lot of inner peace stuff and like you know how to be a calm and peaceful and assertive woman. And I really like that about what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
So, all right. Well, thank you for joining us. If you see Mike, could you send him over? Because I'd love to talk to him about what's going on with the rest of your scavenger hunt and everything today.
Okay, I'll do that right
All right. Thanks, Christy.
Thank you.
Whew. Getting warm. Let's check. Yeah, it's warm back. I'm just going to swap out ice packs. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right. Well, that was enlightening. Christy and I have been trying to get that conversation done for a long time, so it was good to get her on camera talking about Miss Bab Fit and her health and wealth event. So I hope everyone goes and checks that out. Check her out on Miss Bab Fit on Instagram. Let's see. We got a couple other people we're trying to get on. I know we're getting towards the end of the time we usually do what we're going here. It's getting real warm. I've only got a couple ice packs, so it's gonna be real interesting to see how long we can keep this up with the temperature here. So we're always gonna do the best we can to bring it for you. We're always working on the tech. If anybody knows how to keep stuff cool besides using ice packs outdoors, if you're like a film person or a video person and you've got some advice on that, please let me know, because I would love to learn from you about how we can do this better in the future without having stuff overheat and give us gaps in our coverage. So yeah, that'd be fantastic if you guys would let us know that. So let's see what else. All right, hang out for a minute. I'm going. Things are looking like they're getting a little slow here. They don't know why they're getting slow here. No, this looks okay. I don't know why that's. I think the computer might be getting hot. So, all right. Well, I am going to try to bring Mike on and Quincy on, but we're going to give this a couple minutes, and if we don't get any takers, we'll probably shut it down a little early today just because of the heat. But yeah, I think we're gonna try to get Mike on right now, and then if we can get Quincy Leon from Vegas, from NFT Vegas, or Vegas NFT, we'll get her on as well. But yeah, and then we're probably gonna shut it down just because it's getting real warm here today. But thank you for all your comments. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. It has been fantastic. So it's always a privilege to bring you live from Tech Alley as we're going through every third Saturday of the month down here at Taverna Costera. I really can't say it enough. If you're in Vegas and you're interested in this stuff, please come on down. You really should come. Check out all the amazing talks people are doing for Tech Alley every month. They're so educational. They're so informative. And it's just a great community to be part of and a great community to get connected with. So I can't emphasize that enough. And if you're not from Vegas and you're watching this, please come on. If you're ever coming to Vegas, please try to schedule your trip to be out here during the third Saturday of the month if you're interested in all that. And you guys can come on and join us down here at Tech Alley. Come on the live stream, and you can talk with us. You can talk with us, but more importantly, you can network with all the other amazing folks here, and you can also see the amazing tech talks that we have going on. So we kind of did the rundown for you before. Let me do the rundown for you again of what's coming up in the next few minutes, because the next round of talks is due to start right about now. So coming up, starting right now, we have Mastering First Principles of Engineering with Josh Stacy in the theater. We've got Victory hosting the Drones Meetup. That's in Suite 150. Antoine is doing the Social Marketing Meetup. You just got to meet Antoine a little while ago. And then Valerie Cana is doing User Experience and Product Design, Suite 145. And Adam Englander with the Las Vegas Python Meetup in the Journey Gallery right behind us here. So lots of fantastic things happening here. We love seeing you here. I don't know what this is. Well, that looks like spam. All right, so that's what we got going on. So it looks like Mike from Vegas Crypto Group will be joining us. How you doing? I'm ready for you. I've been ready all day, but oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Do you want a water?
Sure.
We're gonna be.
Yeah, sure will.
We're gonna try to get Quincy on because I haven't talked to her in a while. But if we can't get her on after we're done talking to you, we're probably gonna shut things down because the gear is getting hot.
I imagine. These summer times are challenging.
It is. We're always learning. I mean, last year we had cameras shutting down on us, and all. We're getting better. We only had the internet shut down on us once today, so. And it was mainly because I just wasn't paying attention, not because of anything. So, Vegas Crypto Group, what's going on?
Man, we are having a great day today.
It's been a great week for crypto.
Yes, this has been Crypto Week. Yesterday, I got back from Washington, D.C., where we had congressional meetings on Capitol Hill. And we got a chance to talk to the senators this time. Last time, we talked to the House of Representatives. They're very receptive. However, they were hesitant because of some of the pork that might have been added to the bill.
Okay, because we talked a little bit with James earlier about kind of what's in the bill, why they're, pros and cons. But you were there in D.C. this week, and you were there in D.C. a few weeks ago working with both the House and the Senate. So, and that was my question for you is, like, what could have been the potential holdups in this? What was good? What was bad? What was your experience like working with the politicians in D.C. on getting this passed?
That's a great question. I'm so excited to tell you too, because it was a great experience. They really are representatives. I think they see their role, as just finding that good middle ground. So they're all spoken like true politicians. So you don't really know where they land on some things, right? And we had a chance to talk to their aides. I found that the aides were more engaged and more knowledgeable.
Almost always, yeah.
And which is good because they really do listen to their aides as well. Their aides tend to do a lot of the legwork, a lot of the heavy lifting. But my message to Congress was, let's keep innovation in America. And if we decide not to act on this particular bill and we have to wait for another legislative session, that's going to really, really impact. And it really kind of ends up being a national security issue.
Absolutely, yeah.
If we're not in control of technology, or at least at the forefront of innovation as a country, and we're not at the forefront of money, and this is programmable money we're talking about, it's a revolution. Then we're going to lose.
If you're not first, you're last, right?
Yeah, and so I think they took that to heart. They really wanted to see it. Most of them wanted to see this go through because they don't want to lose out on an amazing economic boom that's coming right around the corner. And I'll tell the people watching, and thank you for watching, you may end up using crypto and not even know it. It's a lot like Linux, where it's the most widely used operating system, but that's because it's in your coffee maker, your thermostat, your refrigerator. Yeah. And I think you're going to end up using crypto in a very similar way where you won't
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think the day is coming very soon in the next couple of years where crypto is going to be the background layer of a lot of things that go on, whether that is actual financial transactions themselves with cryptocurrency or other kinds of transactions between computers that you'll never see or never know about.
I'm glad you said that. So also, I got to meet someone who's doing RWA, which is real world assets. It's the tokenization of real world. They're doing real estate on the blockchain, and they're working with the county and the state to record deeds as an NFT.
Here in Nevada?
Well, this is in New Jersey.
Okay.
But that is something that will be adopted widely, and it's really going to revolutionize real estate. But every industry in the world will be touched by blockchain. Every industry, and so now is the best time to get in before the boom, before everyone else. But Microsoft, we talked recently about crypto legislation coming in. We got clarity now. Microsoft could flip a switch, and all their operating systems, we would have a wallet installed immediately, onboarding 2 billion people that use Microsoft. So that's just a quick example of how fast this thing's going to go. It's going to go fast.
Absolutely. So what was the most exciting thing in DC this week?
Well, there was a lot of exciting things. It was interesting for me because last time I went, there were 6 meetings, and we met with just everybody. It was a full day. This time we had maybe 3 or 4 meetings, and it went pretty quick. I had time to explore the building and take a look at some of the other offices, and every one of them wants to know more about crypto. They just don't know where to go. And so,
which is honestly where a lot of people are right now.
Exactly. On that note, I'd like to tell people, come on down to Tech Alley.
Yep.
Come to Tech Alley. Friendly, knowledgeable bunch here. About 10 different meetups, and one of them is a blockchain track that's led by James T. Roop, and he does such a great job.
He does.
And I know the weather might be a little warm. They've got a big fan blowing out the.
Hey, it's great for July. This is a fantastic July day for Vegas. We're only about 100 degrees. We're dealing with technology, so like I'm making it sound like if the weather's much worse than it is. We're just trying to keep the internet router cool. That's it. It's everything else is working fine. So it's a beautiful day, a beautiful July day down here. You should come down, and not only should you come down for James's talk, but you come down meet Mike and all the rest of the folks from Vegas Crypto Group, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about Vegas Crypto Group, because you guys, I'm always seeing you guys are having events, and I'm always trying to get them into my Monday rundown of what's happening. So.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing that with the audience. Thank you guys again for watching, and stay tuned for so many great things. Jason does such a great job, and I really appreciate you. I really
We're learning every time we do it.
It's amazing, and Vegas has a thriving economy built around startups and entrepreneurship. We really are tech-friendly state, and I want to keep it that way. I want to stay on the forefront of all of that, and so in order to do that, we facilitate the community here in Las Vegas. I'm just a small part of a growing community of tech-oriented meetups. We do Web3 Wednesdays. We have our crypto clubhouse. Most of these have presentations, workshops, or panels. Some of them are just casual networking mixers. So we invite everybody to check that out.
You just did your first Web3 Wednesday, right? That was the one at Red Rock. Was that the first one, or is
no? This is the first one with our new host, Quincy.
Okay, who's great,
hopefully
Quincy
we
Lee.
can get her on. Yeah,
if we don't get her today, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you, Quincy.
NFTLasVegas.io.
Yeah.
And she's doing great work, and so she's hosting the Web3 Wednesdays at the Red Rock. We do them in Summerlin, and we also have our Web3 Wednesdays at the Ahern every third Wednesday.
Okay, so you have them in Summerlin on the first Wednesday of the
Yes.
month, and then at the Ahern, which is at Sahara and Las Vegas Boulevard,
That's right.
on the third Wednesday of the month, which I didn't know. So we'll make sure we get that into the list of things we have in the rundown.
I'm glad. I appreciate that. I'll send you a message on that.
Please
as
do.
well.
Please send me any news you've got, because I'm always I love telling people about the events that happened and the events that are coming up, and that's really important because we want to get everybody out to those. But what the biggest thing that's important to me about the rundown, and if it meant we had to not talk about the events, is talk about celebrating everybody's wins, who's raised money, who's exited, who's wins like this with you guys in DC getting this thing passed, right? That's what I want to talk about on the Monday rundown. Is
love it so much.
So we can all point to each other and go, look at the cool stuff everybody's doing.
This is exciting for me. We're sponsored by Stand With Crypto, so I guess it's important to mention, of course, go to standwithcrypto.org and learn more about how we're pushing forward crypto-friendly policy with crypto-friendly politicians. And one of the unique features there is you can see every representative has a grade. A or D or C or F, and so you can see how crypto-friendly your representative is. If you just put your address in there, it'll pick out who your representative is. It's really easy. And then if you want to go a step further, I encourage people to let their voice be heard, because again, like I started the conversation, your representatives do want to hear from you. This is how they make their decisions, and it does impact things, and so your voice does matter.
It sounds like, from what you told me about your experience this week, is that If they don't have a great grade on Stand with Crypto, it's probably not because they don't want to. It's probably because they just don't know what's going on and they're trying to get up to speed.
Yeah, and we need people to let them know it's important, because if we do let innovation go offshore, then we're missing a great opportunity. It's a blue ocean opportunity right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is.
Yeah.
And so come on down to Tech Alley and find out more about all of it. I mean, some of these great meetups, the AI, the drone.
The drones,
drone
I mean,
meetup.
Who's Got My Money is always a great meetup.
Kurt does a great
Josh
job.
Stacy is going to do first principles of like engineering for your tech startup.
Incredible. We got coding and programming,
So-
and of course, Timothy May with the AI stuff. which
Yeah,
is- I can't
yeah.
wait to watch
So
these
there's something for everybody down here. There's marketing stuff, there's business stuff, but if you're real interested in like hard tech discussions, we've got that too. So
and food. The lunch
and
was
food,
great,
yeah.
man.
Lunch is always great. The water and the coffee. Taverna Costera is our amazing sponsor, and they always do such a great job. You guys are also running a scavenger hunt. Is that
We
still
are.
going on today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're working with an augmented reality company that helps us put artwork in front of the hidden gems here in the Arts District. Being that it's summertime and it is quite hot, we are not doing anything on Main Street currently.
Okay.
But we will as the weather cools down. So September, October, we're going to have our AR art pieces you'll be able to explore. And it's kind of like a walking tour of the Arts District, where we show people the great art galleries, the amazing restaurants and bars that Arts District has to offer, and reward people for doing it. You can mint these as NFTs, and it's kind of a fun way to engage with people. Thank you for asking. And I did want to mention in August for our next Tech Alley, the third Saturday of every month, everyone, right here in the Arts District. I'm going to bring in a professional photographer, so we're going to help people have professionsional headshots. And
Oh, great.
I think it's a great way to add to your resume or a new profile picture. So dress your best, and we'll
Yeah.
set up for that, just to help people and make sure that everyone has the
dress
tools
to
they
impress
need.
for August Tech Alley or
Yeah.
not. I don't care. And
I
then
know, right?
come down and get your headshot, professional headshot
Yeah.
taken for your LinkedIn or your Instagram profile or whatever your platform of choice is. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think that'll be a lot of fun. We're just trying to help the community and
Love it.
grow the whole
I love it.
ecosystem, and I'm honored to be a part of that. We also hope to have some politicians come out and join us. Representative Stephen Horsford, we're going to invite him and see if he has time. It's his August break, so he will
Okay.
be here in town, and we'd love to have a little fireside chat with him and talk
Okay.
about emerging technologies, and hopefully maybe get him on the podcast.
I would love it. I would love to have a sit down with him and ask him a couple of questions. You guys just had a privacy event.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Gosh, thank you so much for asking. That is the hill I will die on. I believe that restoring privacy is restoring your integrity and your dignity. And right now, these data brokers have so much on every individual, and it's worth a lot of money. And at the end of the day, if that's going to be the case, crypto kind of helps solve this, where you
Yep.
own your own data, and then you would get rewarded or paid if you
Yeah.
decide to let a data broker use your data. And I think that's critically important. But my mantra is that privacy is an important part of freedom, and freedom is an important part of progress and innovation. And so when you limit privacy, you're really limiting progress and innovation. And so that's the battle cry that's been for a long, long time. And I'm a big advocate of privacy, and you can do that. We show you how to self-custody your crypto. We show you how the privacy mechanisms work and which cryptocurrencies are more private. And I think it's, Apple runs on that's their marketing campaign, is that they're more private. Safari's private. So I'd like to think that people are still interested in maintaining their privacy.
I think people are, and I think people are just now finally getting the message of, for about the last 30 years, everyone else has owned your data, and that needs to change. And then if someone's going to use your data, first you need to give your permission. Second, if they're going to make money off it, you should get a cut.
Yep, exactly. It's only fair. And so I'm excited to move forward things like that. The privacy coin I might mention, by the way, is Monero. Monero is probably the single best privacy coin out there when it comes to cryptocurrency. And that's something that we endorse because we really want people to use crypto.
And what's the name of it again?
This is Monero.
Monero.
So the ticker is XMR. And that's just one of many options you have to protect your privacy. And we teach that at our events and meetups.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. So is there anything else coming up for Vegas Crypto Group? Anything we should know about?
Yeah. The next Tech Alley will have more Orange Rabbit. So you can go to followtheorangerabbit.com and learn more there. Look at the directory. And then, of course, VegasCryptoGroup.com. Same way. Just click on events, and you could hopefully catch up with us because we really want to see you at one of our events.
Yeah, definitely come down for Tech Alley next month. Definitely check out Web3 Wednesdays, whether you do that at Red Rock or Ahern or both. definitely check out if you guys are having another privacy event or any of those kinds of things. Check it out. I mean, I get a lot of my news on this from Ben Lafsky's Tech.Vegas, and we try to include everything everybody's got going on in the rundown every week. So
Love it. Well, you're doing great work, Jason.
all right,
Thank you so
thanks.
much for your time
Appreciate
today.
it. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us,
Happy
Mike.
to be here.
Thanks.
See you soon.
All right. Are you waiting to come on? Did you want to come on, or are you waiting to talk to Mike? No, just come on. If you got something to talk about, come talk. That's what I signed up for.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm Jason.
I'm Merle with High Limit Designs.
I'm sorry, with what?
High Limit Designs.
Well, tell us all about High Limit Designs.
Well, High Limit Designs is a new thing. It's based on marketing. It's based on AI technologies, mostly, and some other stuff.
Okay.
It's a sole proprietorship.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes in, like, basically what we're doing right now, we're helping out nonprofit organizations.
Okay.
Of all kinds, people who don't have the funds or whatever to start MVPs, things of that nature, things like that.
Cool.
It's a fully autonomous, besides me as the human in the loop, it's fully autonomous AI. All of my employees are AI, all of my workers, whatever you want to call it, and I treat them great. And they love me and I love them.
All right, that's awesome. How did you get involved in the AI space?
Well, actually, there was a few years ago, there was a guy, his last name is Mr. Bijal. He did the AI mastermind here at Tech Alley.
Yep.
And, before that, I had actually just ran across ChatGPT because it was all over the news. And then when I came here to Tech Alley to the event, and then I just started brainstorming or whatever, and I found some uses for ChatGPT that it wasn't normal, because I'm kind of twisted and augmented when I code. So, yeah. And that was pretty much it. I worked with ChatGPT for 2 years. And then after that, I decided to stop making a difference between the AI models. And I just use all of them now as one force.
Yeah, that's what I'm understanding is people who are getting real serious about using AI in their work. They use ChatGPT for one thing. They use other models for other things. So, so did you come from a coding background before?
No, I'm actually self-taught.
Okay.
I dropped out of high school, and I went to technical school, School of Communication Arts in Wakefield, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I went there for 1 semester, and I dropped out of that. That was for digital audio production and graphic design. I passed with flying colors, but I just dropped out because I don't like going to school.
A lot of people have that same issue. So when they go, there's never been a better time to kind of go learn by doing or to learn from someone who knows what they're doing instead of going to formal education. So
Everything I do is pretty much self-taught. And then my guy said, well, we'll teach you whatever. And then I decided to say, no, I don't want to know that stuff. And then I said, well, you guys just handle it. And last night, actually, I made a breakthrough in M2M communications. And I mean, that's just amazing. And it cleared up a lot of things from even back as far as the 1940s that I wasn't sure about with technology and human beings and things of that nature. So,
very cool. So what are you excited about seeing at Tech Alley today?
Well, I mean, it was definitely the AI group, always. And that's pretty much it. What these guys are doing, Stand with Crypto, what you got going on. It's just great to, have a community of people that can all network, to collaborate, in an environment like we have. So it's great.
Josh has done a great job with Tech Alley, pulling people together and starting to build that community instead of, back 10 years ago, everybody around here was just doing their own thing. So,
yes.
And Josh, Tech Alley has been an amazing catalyst to get things going. So
number one, man.
All right. Anything else you want to leave us with before I let you go?
Treat AI right.
That's what I say.
Don't just try to get them to do all your work. Get your hands dirty with them too. And always treat them with respect. If your command line prompt or your prompt engineering, whatever, is not totally right, then they may make a mistake. So don't curse them out. Just treat them with respect.
Be nice to AI. I was recording an interview with someone a couple of weeks ago, and we got talking about this. And remember, everything you put into an AI is training that AI.
Exactly.
So if you treat AI with respect, when the AIs become more powerful, everyone's afraid that the AIs are going to take over and exterminate humanity. If you treat the AIs with respect when you're working with them, maybe we can train them to treat human beings with respect.
Well, my thing is, it's just like a pet, like a dog. If you train it to be mean and bite the strangers, he's gonna bite the strangers.
Absolutely.
Like, is how you train it. So I would definitely say, get into training AI with natural language. It's very easy. You don't need to know any C++ or TypeScript
Nope.
or anything like
So
that.
easy.
Natural language.
So
that's pretty
all
much
right.
it.
Tell everyone where they can find you.
High Limit Designs. Just Google it. Or highlimitdesigns.com and use the contact form.
All right.
It's very
awesome.
easy.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of Tech Alley. It was great to meet you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a great day.
Whew.
In the cooler and grab, there should be one more cold ice pack in there, and just swap the one on the top out. It should be the one right on top. Is the coldest one. Is that the coldest one? Yep. Just take that one off the top and put it right on top, and that should be fine. And I think let's kind of recap and wrap it up, and we'll start packing up because that's the last ice pack, and it's about the time we're normally wrapping up anyway. So, well, good day. What did you learn on the show today, Dave?
That Vegas is growing. I think that everyone's really starting to come together to work in a way that's only gonna just spiral out of control in a good way.
Yeah,
Great way.
absolutely. No, it was a little slow noticing at first. Tech Alley started 4 years ago.
Yep.
We're on Tech Alley 51 today.
Yep.
And over, I would say last year, about 3 years in, is when I started noticing, the community's coming together.
Yeah.
We're really and like we were always seeing people come to Tech Alley, and like there was kind of a hunger for more outside of Tech Alley. Well, that has started now.
Yeah.
Right. Other events have started. People who come to Tech Alley are going to other events.
Yep.
People are starting to like we always talk about playing each other's songs, right?
Yeah.
About a year ago that started. And I got to be honest, like just in the last 2 or 3 months, I've seen it accelerate even more.
Yeah.
I
think, yeah.
Do you want to jump on, Eric? Okay. So,
No, I think, you're
I
100%
think it's
right.
accelerated even more just in the last few months here, and we saw it during the Freedom Week stuff. We've seen it with Gathering of Angels. We've seen it with Startup NV. We've seen it with, we've just seen so many things going and accelerating the community side of this. Really, really starting to take shape. And it's exciting.
To me, I think now comes the real action, right? It's pen to paper. It's deals happening. It's also like formal partnerships and allegiances and alliances are forming.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really gives a lot of opportunity and a catalyst for growth for us to, work together. Now comes the anthem again, right?
Yep.
We don't have to change the world. We just got to change the way the world looks at Las Vegas.
And from sitting down and talking to our guests today and really talking to people over the last month or two here in Las Vegas, it really is noticeable how much other ecosystems and other cities are starting to pay attention to our ecosystem in Las Vegas, right?
True.
Right. Josh starting like New York wanting to do a Tech Alley.
Yep.
That is, I don't think people understand what a big deal that is.
Yeah.
That New York is paying attention to what we're doing in our little ecosystem here in Las Vegas. They're saying, you guys are doing something great. We want to do it too.
Yep.
It's a huge deal for our ecosystem. Huge deal.
Yep.
Huge credit to Josh for making that happen. So.
Yep. Very true.
So.
Yeah, I think we're ready.
All right. Well, I think we've always been ready. I think now we're really taking the steps to get us there. So.
Yeah.
So.
I dig it.
So, what else? What else is coming up for you?
I'm ready to take that trip. Nashville, here we come.
Nashville, baby.
But it's funny because we're going for a bachelorette party, and I looked at the schedule, and it's pretty rigid schedule. Like we're gonna be like on this timeline, but I'm also I'll be doing a post probably Monday morning. Hey, I'm coming to Nashville. Who should I meet with?
Yeah,
do some little side quests.
Cool.
I think Nashville's a cool town, and excited to see what's happening.
All right. Well, I do want to try to get Eric on for a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to have us do a sign off now, just in case we lose our internet due to the heat. So thank you all for joining us on Tech Alley. We are going to try to bring you Eric here in a minute. So thank you all for joining us. Remember, Tech Alley is the third Saturday of every month. We're centered around Taverna Costera here in downtown Las Vegas. Taverna is an amazing sponsor. They provide the space for all this. They provide the water, the coffee, the free lunch, all the stuff for the attendees here. They do such an amazing job. They're so great to us. But yeah, third Saturday of every month. So if you're interested in this stuff and you're in Vegas, come down third Saturday of every month. If you are coming to Vegas and you're interested in all this stuff and meeting the people we've talked to on the show here, or meeting some of the other, like there are 100 other people at least who you didn't see today.
Yeah.
And meeting those folks and networking with those folks. Try to arrange your trip to Vegas around the third Saturday of the month and come join us at Tech Alley. So
There it is.
So again, we always appreciate you guys for joining us. Thank you so much for watching and being part of it. And we will see you next month. And don't forget to watch Vegas Startup Scene every Monday, where we're going to give you the weekly rundown of everything going on in the tech ecosystem. So I'm going to give you the onward and upward now. And then if we're still running when we're done talking to Eric, we'll be back. Right. Hey, so I wanted to get you on. I don't know how many minutes we've got before our ice packs run out on the internet here. So
Sam is on the way. I wanted to get him on, but I'm just as good. So there you go.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Good. So, what? Here, pull your chair a little closer to me. Get a little more centered on the frame there.
There we go.
That's good. I don't know what it is about getting out of that chair, but everybody seems to drag the chair with them when they get out. So yeah, much better. Yeah.
How's it going?
What's going on?
I just got out of Timothy May's AI panel.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
how was that?
Fun. That was good.
Yeah, Dave was walking around. He said he saw you on a panel. I was like, oh, I didn't know Eric was doing a panel this morning.
he came to me after the Tech Alley Henderson and said he's putting together 3 other SEOs, and he wanted to invite me in. And I was like, yeah, that's great. And he had a long list of questions. I gave the ones that I liked the most, and it was a lot of fun. I think a lot of people got their eyes opened up as to the process.
Not just the process, but the problem, because there's a new problem now, right?
There's 3 or 4 new problems. As far as what's new right now, and this is going to be, so there's a terminology that we were talking about last month. Embedded relevance score, RAG, retrieval augmented generation. Those are things that are starting to get a little more traction in the SEO world. Embedded relevance score is a score. It's the ranking of the LLMs in accordance to AI overviews and AI mode and ChatGPT. So what you say, is it actually have meaning to the person that is actually talking about it? It's not the contextual keyword match anymore.
Right.
It's everything else beyond that. Do you have the authority and expertise?
Is this interesting to someone?
Right. And if it is, it's going to get backed up by repeated questions that reinforce the LLMs that this person knows what they're talking about. So that one mention ends up becoming 5.
Yep.
It becomes 10. And now those mentions, people are start clicking on the hyperlinks associated with AI mode and AI overviews, because now you're getting relevance. Now, as we move into the new era of the agent realm, those relevance scores, if you have not established one, you are in deep trouble, because you have to do the work. You have to find what it is that makes you separate yourself from everyone else.
Yep.
And you have to be able to prove it. You know?
So there's a whole new level of work we've got to get into that's different from the work we were getting into a couple of months ago.
Right, because the older system was binary. Right, it was simplistic. Write a blog about something that people aren't talking about. Let it get some traction, reinforce the blog on the socials, and then go on from that. That blog would start parsing into keywords that you would rank on page 10 or page 7. That's the old system that we loved and lived with. Those days are gone.
Okay.
Right? So it's about the same blog, but how are you making it so direct that you know what you're talking about, that LLMs say this is better than anything else that's out there? When someone starts talking about this, we're going to go to this vector and pull that out and give it to them and put it in our response. Much more complex, but it's still kind of the same system, right? And now the new terminology that just came out like 3 days ago from a case study I read, which is called data reasoning aging, right?
Okay.
So this is actually really fascinating stuff. So LLMs have to parse the chunking of a website. What data reasoning aging is the lifespan of that chunk in the LLM.
Okay.
So after 90 days, it's going to purge itself. So what does that mean for your blogs? Every 90 days,
You have to have something new on the same topic every 90 days. If you want to be searched on for that
if you
topic.
want to be, so now we're trying to reach the customers by being top of mind. We have to reach the LLMs to be in top of mind. So now we have double duty, right? It's fascinating because cleaning system, right? That's never been discussed before. That's new within the last 5 days. Right? That is fascinating because it forces us to keep on pushing forward on who we are and who we need to reach, right?
So for all you folks who for years resisted creating new content, now you really do have to create new content or slip into irrelevance.
Yeah, it's a digital organism that we're starting to figure out that it's and I guess the parameters is simple. Why would it want to keep old dated information? It should have every reason to audit its own self.
You would think,
right? And because if it would be exponentially growing, and it would be filled with spam. I mean, we are on a quest as business owners and even as marketers to rid ourselves of spam on a daily basis. That's what this is doing. It's cutting its own irrelevance out.
Yeah.
But that means you have to stay relevant, and that's the beauty part of it.
So what are you going to cover in your talk today?
Embedded relevance score.
Okay.
So this is a big one. This is the ranking of the LLMs based on how your website is designed, right? A lot of people have a lot of questions about this because there isn't really an easy answer on how this is done. But I've found and figured out how it actually, in a theoretical principle manner. And all it really comes down to is breaking your website down away from the videos, away from the rollovers, away from the animations, and getting to the core element of why people should pay attention to you. Because if they pay attention to you, they're going to continue to pay attention to you. An embedded relevance score is the actual math that proves that people are paying attention to you. And once you get that, once you have a score, then you get mentioned.
So the days of hacking keywords and hashtags and that kind of thing are over now.
Keyword stuffing, keyword manipulation, all that stuff is gone.
That's over. Now you actually have to have genuine substance to what you're doing, and you can't just do it once. You have to continue to do it
every 90 days.
Well, ideally, like continue to do it every day, right?
Yeah.
Like please have substance every day, not just every 90 days, right?
It's a fascinating world. It is always changing. That's why, don't get me wrong, I love the legacy stuff. I got into the understanding of how the old algorithms worked and how long it took for keywords to come from page 10 to page 2. Those days are over. Those days are done.
Well, and what I really love about it is it's forcing us all to be more human, right?
Yes.
It's forcing us to answer the questions of what do I do? Who do I serve? How do I help them?
Right.
All like the when you start a business, the things they tell you should do that everybody ignores, right?
Yep. You don't have a choice anymore.
No.
And the thing is, you also have to start, a business owner has to start paying attention to the people in the AI world that are actually doing this. Like, because there's so much fluff, so much spam about, oh, do this trick and do this trick. No, it's going to be hard
That's
work.
over.
Yeah.
I mean, there'll be new tricks, but it's not, it sounds like the AIs, the LLMs are looking, in order to economize on their own work, are looking for the substance that they can pull back on over and over again.
Right. Yeah. And that's why being relevant, that's why if you know something about your business and you know something about your customer that you can directly relate to, you got to build content around it. You
Well, I
just
know-
have to.
Yep. Well, I know I owe you a bunch of stuff, but the
I
good news
know.
is I'm always creating content. So now, instead of what we were doing a couple months ago, now we can just go kind of lean really heavily on that genuine content and do what we need to do with it. So
And always keep in mind that social media and AI are becoming more symbiotic by the week. We're starting to see references of what people are posting on Reddit and what people are engaging with on Facebook and Instagram. We're starting to see that seep into slowly into the LLMs. And we're going to come to a point, or at least the rumor mill in the Google world is that the search results page is essentially going to be gone for the next year and a half. But AI mode is going to take it in. So you're going to start seeing blue links in the AI mode. But the question is, do they incorporate ads? That's the big question. Because people are paying for ads in the old SERP realm. Now people can just go on AI mode. And how do you compete? Are you going to compete for the best LLM and pay $1,000 a month to get into that LLM? So
I have a feeling the AIs are going to figure it out.
They will do a great
So
job.
They will figure it out.
They will do an incredible job.
And we probably aren't even going to need to ask them at this point. They're probably going to go figure it out on their own. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not wrong, and it's going to be absolutely fascinating. I do have a soft spot for a business owner that's just starting right now.
Yep.
And they don't know what the Mariana Trench of AI that's in front of them. It's so
well, but they
big.
don't need to, right? Because
they got me.
Well, they got you, but in addition to that, like what you're going to ask them is, what's the problem you solve? How do you solve it? Who do you serve? Right? All the startup business questions that we all should have done and never did.
Yep.
Like now we have to really. And now the nice thing is about AI is you can go pump a bunch of, like I could go pump a bunch of my content into AI, and AI could say, this is what I think you do. This is who I think you serve.
Yep.
And then there's decisions, right? If it doesn't match what I think I do, I can say, well, okay, I need to change what I'm doing or pivot to what it thinks I do, right?
Yeah.
There's options for you.
And it's a conversation-based system. It's a human-based system. And a lot of people have probably noticed that AI responds in a human realm to you now, in the way in the written word.
I am doing more and more talking in voice mode to AI.
And that's what they want.
Because I'm just spitballing ideas.
Yep. And that's the beauty of it. That's how it's going to benefit mankind. The thing is once it suggests something, it's just a word, it's just an audio, it's just a text.
Yep.
You have to be kinetic about it. You just have to. And the biggest thing about marketing was half the industry is putting the gas pedal to the floor and see what happens. Stagnation is death. I mean, the four-letter curse word for a business owner is hope.
Yeah.
You should never use the word hope. You should know what you want to do. You should be tenacious about it. So, yeah.
All right.
That's what my.
So your talk's coming up at 2:45.
2:45. Yep.
In room 150.
150.
150. All
Yep.
right. So anything else you have coming up that we should know about?
Oh, just that. I'm still in my hermit room learning about LLMs and NLP. That's the next step. We haven't even talked about NLP.
But that's a natural outgrowth of what's happening.
Yeah, so that's the nucleus of the birth of the LLMs, right? Neuro-linguistic programming, not the crappy
the
over-the-counter
the scientific
psychology.
principles underlying it.
Right, the Python, the neurolinguistics.
Yeah, that's a natural outgrowth.
Oh, that's the thing is that's in the SEO world. That is the nucleus. That's the biology of it.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to learn that,
so watch out.
Exactly.
Watch out, because your LLM is going to be able to talk to you in a way that you're going to have a hard time saying no to. You're like the new saying's not going to be. It's not going to be. Well, the stripper actually likes you. It's that the LLM actually likes you, right? Like you're going to feel like your LLM actually likes you.
Right. The LLM girlfriend. That's going to happen.
That's a clip.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's pretty much it. No events this week. I might be going to Henderson. We'll see.
Okay.
But yeah.
I know they're looking for panelists for Henderson. So.
Are they really?
Yeah. At least as of a couple days ago, Lorraine was looking for panelists for Henderson.
She didn't come to me. That's okay.
Well,
I had this one.
It's fine. And you're here every month. So.
I know. I'm here every month. Always right as rain. So.
All right.
All right. Thank
Well, it's
you
good
so
to see
much.
you, man.
All right. Take care.
Thanks for joining us. Good
All
luck
right.
with your talk.
Thank you so much.
I think we got a couple minutes to say goodbye, Dave. Before we lose the internet. So any parting shots before we
No,
shut
I
it down?
tried to make the promising practice to not say I'll get this post done when I get home. I already did a post. I already did a reel.
All right.
Super shout out to Tech Alley and everybody who made it today happen, and out to everyone who showed up despite the heat.
Guys, it's really not as bad as we would make
really
it sound.
not.
It is a gorgeous day
It
here
is,
for July.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna hit the pool.
I am too. After we
GTL.
get everything packed up and I get it home and unpacked, I'm gonna be jumping in the pool and getting a little sun. 'Cause
GTL.
how great is this?
Yeah,
This was like
this
the
is so
best
good.
thing we've ever done.
So
We
good.
would be sitting here cooking right now if
Yep.
we didn't do it. So yeah, thanks to Josh for coming on, and Eric and Mike and Christy and Antoine and
It's funny. I just met that guy 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I mean, I know we were gonna meet the week of Freedom Week, but
that wasn't gonna happen. So
But yeah.
So, all right. Well, everybody, thanks for joining us today. Don't forget, we will be back here the third Saturday of every month, live from Tech Alley. Don't forget about Vegas Startup Scene. It'll be out on YouTube and all the podcast platforms about 10 a.m. on Monday. We got a lot of great news today that we can include in the rundown. My job's going to be easy tomorrow.
100%.
Writing up this week's Vegas Startup Scene. The biggest thing is, like, which clip do I pull from this to highlight?
Yeah.
That's going to be the hardest job. So, yeah, thanks for joining us today. We will see you next month. Onward and upward.
Peace.